Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the old school, new vibes, where the older and the new G's speak about the golden era and the modern era. Old school, new school, need the murder.
Standing soldier.
How about them Knicks?
Play that
lyrics. Take two.
Yeah.
See, that's how you start a pod right there. Yeah. Welcome back. Old school, new vibes. We're back here with a new one.
Yes.
At the high end Astoria, we got a couple of special guests. We got our boy Latin, aka Nerdy Rebelz.
Sir.
You already know.
Mr. James Clark.
Part of the clan.
Is like the honorary, you know what I'm saying? OSNV.
Word up.
We got Mr.
I'm like
Ease over there.
brother
and
man.
myself.
Bro, man.
Just like bro man. Yeah.
Smoking weed, you know.
Yo, we have the Limpio Lieutenant live in the flesh.
First class lieutenant.
All right, so we're good. We signed all the waivers.
Yeah. All the NDAs are signed.
NDAs are signed.
We ready to go.
Nobody's going to get in trouble. Everything's Gucci.
Word
But
up.
It's all jokes.
This brother right here, man, it goes back. I mean, like all of us, man. You know, and anybody we bring up here is always going to have some kind of significance value to you know, our circle. So Latin, man, there's so many ways we can start this, but just to say, you know, just to list off a few things, you know what I'm saying, from
Don't make me cry, bro. Don't make me cry.
No, but definitely, you know, from being an artist, because and there was a point in time where, and I'm not sure, we're going to get into that now too, where, you know, spitting and, you know,
do a freestyle, bro.
elite caliber level, you know, always around a lot of great brothers. But also, you know, dove into production, into acting.
You know, you guys were my first decent budget video.
Yeah.
Our history is intertwined so deeply, my brother.
By decent, he means $3.99.
Was that
then.
Zodiac? Was that Zodiac girl? The Zodiac?
No, bro, that's Put Soul in it.
No.
Put Soul in it.
No.
Wait, wasn't that Johnny Hill?
It was Jungle and Extraordinary.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
That's when y'all was working on the album and y'all had the joints from Fingers.
Got ED, bro.
And the West Coast. And them joints, listen, you know, it's funny, like, I think it was last summer I put on that album and I was jamming to that shit.
Production on that was pretty tight, right?
I was like, y'all was ahead of y'all time, man.
Yo, Mira, it just broke like 350,000 streams.
Let's
bro.
go.
Nice.
I'm ready to cop that mansion, baby.
Y'all need a follow-up. Y'all gotta do a follow-up.
I made that too.
You know, you brought up Cali. We can quickly say a quick story of that. Do you remember when we were staying in Cali?
No.
And we got home at like 7 in the morning, and a dog ran out. So we were saying that a homie's
you gotta
really
amend
nice
that
place.
story.
Rewind it. We gotta rewind it.
Because it was loud. We held the door open too long.
We had a few shows in Cali, and we out there meet and greeting people. And one of our, it was like part of the lawyer, right?
She was our lawyer.
She was our lawyer,
you know,
and she had a really
member.
nice place. And you know, we were
Nice
there pretty
house.
much for
It's a nice house.
some a portion of the tour. So we get back from the event. And it's like maybe 7 in the morning, and as soon as we get in, this dog just fucking flies out
the back door.
She's like, "Get the dog!"
Supposedly, she said that she told us to keep the door closed.
Right.
She probably did, to her credit. I don't remember who did it, but somebody went outside to the back. It was somebody who smoked.
Let's blame Psalms.
Let's blame Psalms.
Let's blame. It was Psalms' fault, bro.
Somebody went outside. I think it was to smoke, and then
I gonna
came
blame
in.
Psalms. He ain't even here, man.
And the door wasn't closed, and that dog saw that little crack of outside unguarded and bolted.
And for about 45 minutes, we were running through the streets
Looking
in
for
a
a dog.
really
Crazy.
nice neighborhood.
Did y'all catch the
in
motherfucker?
Cali? Yeah, we finally found him.
Bro,
but
it was a cement. Hold on.
He leaped an 11-foot
fence. There was a concrete fence on the side of Shorty's house. This nigga leaped that shit. We were like,
not only that, he
scaled that shit like a
another
fucking
dog.
horse.
And no, it wasn't super dog. It wasn't a super. It was kind of a little scrawny like that, but it wasn't
Yo,
a
but
super
he
dog.
bit another dog down the block.
He bit somebody,
another.
bro.
What the fuck?
He bit somebody.
They let the hounds of hell loose.
Yo.
Shorty was mad.
She blamed Latin, by the way.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure there's a lot more. I'm sure there's a lot more LA stories than that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's just for starters.
I missed
That was a
out.
good one,
I
though.
missed missed
That was
out
a
on
good
the
one.
West Coast era
Nah,
of the
I
T
don't
Weapons.
know. I'm single,
reign.
so I could maybe share some of those, but
Yeah.
it's better they stay where they are, you know?
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
that's on
The good old
that's
days.
that's behind the paywall, bro.
Yeah. You gotta
That's
pay for that.
pay-per-view. That's my OnlyFans, y'all.
So you
gotta pay
dabbled
for
in a
that.
little bit of everything. You wore, you wear a lot of hats
Hey,
throughout the
yo,
years.
watch
you know
your
what I mean? No, when it comes to, there's gonna be a lot of that tonight too.
Yo, it's fucking crazy.
Fucking production, the rhyming, and then the just being a director.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Correct
Working
me
with a
if I'm
lot of
wrong.
artists.
Did we meet at a? No, first at the
I
studio,
remember
right?
the
In
exact
Bushwick.
moment like it was yesterday.
It was probably like, no, Bushwick.
Was it Bushwick?
It was
right?
at Playtime.
Playtime.
It was at Playtime.
Son.
Y'all were clients.
Playtime Studio.
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
interning there, right?
Yeah.
So I was
Yes.
fresh out of school. I was interning at Playtime
In Bushwick.
and they had it right over the right there
Woodhull,
next to the
right across-
train. Yeah,
right next to the
train.
the Cuchi Frito
Tom,
spot,
Dick, and
right?
Harry's was on the other side of the shit, right?
Wow, Playtime Studio.
And there was a McDonald's
You
right
remember
there.
that across the street from like
So
Woodhull? and shit?
y'all was in there. Y'all was in
Catch
there
22.
doing the joint, and where y'all had the y'all used to go to shows and the Ghostbuster outfits. Remember that shit?
Yo, we were verse
Yo.
busters,
So I
bro.
met them
Larry
niggas like
was
I
like,
was
yo,
like, yo,
I
that's a
gotta-
good look. Like I never, like there was look, it's not even it's funny, but it's not. The niggas thought
flight
about
suits,
it
the flight suits.
and was like, yo, this is our look. So
Right.
you stand out, like you know what I'm
The
saying, like
Ghostbusters.
because I
With
met them there.
I
bandanas.
wasn't part
and
of
all
the
that.
group yet. I don't
Bro,
think.
I met them there. They was
Yeah, you
recording
were.
something.
I wasn't wearing no Ghostbuster suit.
Because you were exclusive. We kept you in the bag. You were the secret
I was an
weapon.
undercover fucking member.
Oh, don't say undercover.
Yeah, yo.
No undercover members.
I don't
going
remember
on.
wearing no Ghostbuster outfit, bro.
No, this is
It
when
was
you-
dope.
when you-
It was dope.
You just did production. Remember Valencia from Sony? She took our pictures, Highland Park,
Yes.
with the flight suit.
Where we look
That
like
shit
where
was
it came
dope.
from.
We look
That
like
shit
three
was
blind
fly,
mice.
bro. That's what I'm
We
saying.
look
That
like
shit
three
was
blind
fly.
mice. Someone's like, yo, don't look in the camera. Just look
Yo,
away.
it was
We're
our
all like
first.
this.
That was our first photo shoot, bro. One of them.
Yo, and
anyway.
then you took us to this spot in Canal where we all performed. That's where we met Immortal, right? We met Immortal
Yeah.
Technique.
Oh,
the
it
first
was
time.
at it was at
Shine.
Canal Room, I think, right?
Shine. It was some kind of.
Wasn't it
event,
Canal Room?
and like West Broadway.
It was the old China Club or something, right?
One of those.
One of
No.
those. It was like in the
China
corner,
Club.
Right on the corner. Shine. It was called Shine.
maybe. Yeah.
Well, China Club was Jay Terrace, right? That
No,
spot.
well, there was
man.
China
Jay
Club before
Terrace.
Jay Terrace.
Okay.
China Club was originally on like 72nd.
Okay,
Yo.
okay, that's a different
Downstairs.
spot.
Hold on. At some point in this pod, we need to talk about the Santos Party House era.
Oh yeah.
Gosh.
But that'd be more you and I, you know.
No. But I hear you. But I think that, I hear people on all kind of shit be talking about, this, like, that movement that was happening
man.
in Santos Party House.
That
I've
was
never seen nothing
top
like that in my
three
life.
that
New York
room
parties
in the
ever.
back was
Bro, one time, I
The
don't know.
VIP was the back hallway with the graffiti everywhere, and that's
Well,
where
The
everything was
B-boy
at.
battles.
Wait, what was homegirl from Atlanta? What was her name? That song was
Ina.
Ina's
Yeah,
homie
Cocaina, right?
Yeah, Cocaina.
was the
Shout out to
fucking manager
Cocaina.
there.
Shout out to Ina.
Shout out to
So,
Ina.
bro, yeah, shout out to Ina. He used to hook us up with bottles of Henny, bro.
Mega.
Like, bro.
That was his name. Mega.
Omega.
Omega. That was
Shout out
wherever
to
you
him,
at,
bro.
my nigga.
Love you,
Salute.
bro.
You a legend wherever you at, bro.
Yes, seriously.
Legend.
You gave some hoodlum Puerto Ricans a chance, bro.
Yo.
Seriously.
From there, like we just started building.
But wait.
can't-
You can't glance over that.
No, you
Who
can't.
was the DJ
Oh, Q-Tip.
at the top
Wow.
floor?
Top floor. And Rich Medina would come
on-
up too.
on the bottom floor,
Yo, remember
too.
one night we was there, bro? Kanye's right here. Freaking Diddy was like right near the DJ booth.
That Diddy story, and not a Diddy thing, but that shit lives in my memory as a hip hop moment of all time.
What time did y'all leave the freak off at?
Listen,
it
when
wasn't
the
a Diddy
oils,
party.
when I see niggas scurrying around with oil, I was like, I'm out.
When the oil ran out, he's like, yo, I'm out.
No. When they played the music that sounded like it was to rub oil on
That's
shit,
it.
I was
Yeah,
out.
it's time to go.
Time to get out of here.
So circa what around what year was this?
This was like
2005-ish?
2005.
Mid 2000s.
He was there. He was
Yeah.
there with Cassie and what's the other one? And Amber Rose.
Yeah.
It was like watching unicorns, bro. When
Crazy.
we was on the stage, right? And that was like the VIP. And Puff is coming through the crowd, right? So he's coming through the crowd, and he has, I think it was Amber Rose and it was Cassie, and seeing them at peak puta, And at that time in the wild, like just seeing that shit
the
in person,
wilderness.
that shit was like seeing a velociraptor and a unicorn just walking around. I was like, oh,
You know, we perform with Cassie.
shit.
Yo, now if you
San
see
Diego.
Amber Rose, she looks like
She looked like guacamole that got left
Yo,
on the counter.
I
Like,
don't know what happened now.
that shit's looking rough.
Santos was
Santos Party House was amazing. Santos Party was amazing.
What an amazing
Shout out to
time.
Santos.
Met so many people there.
Yo,
Seriously,
know.
it was like New York history, bro. Serious. All
Daytona.
jokes.
Daytona used to stay up there too. Remember?
Daytona.
The
That's why I
rapper?
met Daytona,
Yeah.
actually.
We were building heavy with the music, and you know, if you want to maybe talk a little bit about that, because
you want me to tell everybody how great you were?
no, how great you are, bro. You had dope music, bro, and like
He's amazing. You got to listen. Let me say something.
what made you like going more into like movies or into like production and
I think,
Directing.
I think you guys play a super influential part in my history, right? And I'm honored to have shared that history with y'all because y'all were ahead of y'all time with mad shit. Y'all were all nice. You know what I'm saying? And you literally were proving it and doing it. And a lot of people from this era might not remember that shit, but y'all motherfuckers, listen, and good dudes, all solid stand-up dudes right
Thank
here.
you, bro.
Dean,
Likewise,
same thing.
bro.
Solid people. Like
Thank you,
everything
Thank you.
else.
Likewise, my brother.
Solid people.
Yo, we're gonna send that cash app after. Don't worry.
Got you. Got you. So the answer to your question, sorry to do that, but to answer your question, I just went through every part of I just go through the culture. I'm like Forrest Gump in the background. I just move all around different parts of the culture. And sometimes some shit will just strike my interest, bro, and I'll just start fucking with it and try to do as much as I can with it.
because during that time, that's when you were shooting that the movie in East New York still, right?
Transformations.
We were shooting the Hood Classic, Transformations, in East New York, and that shit was the gift that kept on giving.
Yo, that was
I heard
talented
that
too.
shit's on Tubi right now, bro.
We did the
Listen.
movie
Whoa.
release party at
Yeah, at
Wish
Pyramid.
26.
That was like the
Pyramid.
hood
Was that
no,
version
the,
of
the
Kids.
viewing party.
Oh, that was your promoter
That was
days.
when we were promoting. Remember, we had that spot
You
on
and
6th
Eric
Forgot
Avenue.
about that.
It wasn't Eric Virgil yet.
my
it was
bad. Sorry.
It was another promoter.
The one. Did you guys performed at the one we did in EO Dub though, right?
Yeah.
That was the one. We
Shout
had
out
that
to
shit
EOW.
packed up. We put the screen in the corner. We played the movie and the shit, and
Oh man,
That was legend.
that shit was legend, b. Shit was legend. Yo,
Legendary.
look at the lineup that performed that night. It was probably, I think it was you guys, Dayton, Tish, and like fucking probably Nems.
Katana.
Probably Nems. Wow.
Like Fuck Your Life. It was probably like George Burns.
That's crazy.
And
Remember
group.
that? Wow.
That's a crazy lineup if you think about that today, bro.
and Tish too. Tish is
amazing. Shout out to-
she's
shout
signed,
out
right?
to
She's
Tish.
Universal or something, right?
She's a songwriter out of Nigeria. Yo,
so
she made
talented, man.
Horses in the Stable.
Damn.
That's
Crazy.
one of my favorite songs. I don't even
Yeah.
like when I found out she
She
made
wrote
that.
it?
I was
wrote it?
like, yo,
Wow.
you the goat. You the goat, B. You my idol.
But so from there, from Transformations,
Yes.
what
All
did
over the
you
place.
bounce off to next? Right.
So I did the transformation shit, right? And shout out to Edward DeSantis, he put me in the movie, right? So I got in the movie and I just started seeing like that shit was fun and it was opportunities to do things and it started opening doors to do other shit. Like just that one movie that maybe 500 people saw total, right? That shit just started opening little doors all over the place for
and
shit.
500 back then was
A lot.
a billion
It's a good-
people
it's a
because it
good
was word
number.
of mouth. There was no like real internet, so
People remember that movie to this day, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Like
To
it's just funny to me, bro. But so I just found there was other opportunities through that. You know what I'm saying? Like through that, I was like, all right, let me go on a couple auditions. Got a couple little shit here and there. Let me try to write some of this shit. Wrote a little short, got picked up by the Latino Film Festival. And then
I
I did
remember
another.
and that was
I
last
remember
shot,
that.
right?
That was last shot.
Last
Yeah,
shot.
yeah, yeah.
When
Remember
did
that.
you start World Star Hip Hop?
Ooh, this guy did not fucking attend pre-production.
How about them
He
Knicks?
did not show up to the pre-production meeting.
How about them Knicks?
Nah. We could talk about World Star. Like it was the most amazing time in my life.
Right,
Bro,
you were
But
you
I
were
was,
local that
reaction,
time.
my
but that shit was
He was
it
tapped. He was tapped in.
It was a
during that time, bro.
biblical lesson. I'm not even a religious person, but it was a biblical lesson. Like people say, like, yo, you always think about this version of success and what you think is fly shit, like flying over here and doing this and all of that. Like having the ultimate top layer, like having access to that shit is dark, B.
Yeah.
It's dark. Like you.
I remember you
know what I'm
gave me
saying?
a
Like,
little,
like in order to do that shit just takes a toll on your spirit. So shout out to everybody in the game, but my shit was crushing my spirit. Be like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, But anyway, other than that, it was amazing.
Other than my soul being
other
tempted,
than going to
But that was like
terrible.
maybe a little forewarning, right? And I'm like, damn, this is what this realm looks like.
It helped me appreciate my family. It helped me appreciate my kids.
What really matters.
Yeah, it helped me appreciate the shit
father you are
that,
now,
that
which-
sounds cliche, like oh whatever. Nah, man, like that shit is a crazy world, bro. Like I was talking to him earlier, right? You remember Cubana Lust, right?
Yeah.
Cubana Lust. Have you remember her?
Yeah,
she was
she's
one
a
of the
model,
first
one of those,
video, boom, huge, giant ass, beautiful, cool girl, everything, right? She's popping. She's World Star's main girl.
Yeah. Oh,
They're pushing
shit.
her. We shooting her videos. She's using like porn stars in her shits. They get emotion. And back then, World Star, for the young people don't realize, there was no Instagram. So if you want to look at girls and you want to see all that, you went to a World Star video.
Went to World Star.
You know what I'm saying? That them joints was racking up millions and millions of views, pushing that shit through the roof. The whole company, right? So she's like the first star they're trying to push, right? She's the origin story, and she just went through some tough times, bro. I saw her on YouTube the other day, and they had like a cop cam video.
Son, I think I saw that.
You almost cried watching that shit.
happened?
Is that
I was
for
in the
real?
living
I
room
didn't
with my
think it was
family,
real.
and I was like, damn.
I didn't think it was real. She was
what?
doing bad,
What happened to her?
So there's a video. You can look this up, the viewers, right? You put Cubana Lust, like arrest or whatever in YouTube, and it pulls up this body cam, like this cop body cam footage of Cubana Lust. She's in Florida, and she's like barefoot. Her clothes look fucked up. She's like breaking into somebody's house, and then the cops show up, and she just looks fucked up, bro. And to go from somebody who was like superstar athletes and rappers were her company.
Yep.
So to fall from that level to like you literally like you breaking in houses and shit now. I'm telling you, it's a dark
Fall from grace.
It's
You
a
helped
dark
a lot
place,
of
bro.
supermodels
It's a
too.
dark
I remember
place.
you brought you shot a video for us, which
God bless
I
you,
don't even
Cubana
know.
Lust. Wherever you at, yo.
The
God
video
bless
that
you.
never came out.
The
Zodiac
video that never
Girls.
came out. That Zodiac video that
wow.
We still got
We had
pictures.
so
I got a
many-
bunch
But
of
you
pictures
brought
of that
that.
shit.
Wasn't
You
what's
know
that
who's in
chick's
that
name?
video?
That
Dina
Russian
Maya.
chick, right?
Dina Maya's in there. That's her.
What's
Dina Maya.
Damn
what's her-
homie?
her- yeah,
Damn homie.
homie.
That's her real
homie.
name.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
when I look back, I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit. Yo, this-
We've been part of this culture forever, bro.
Yeah.
We've been in the background and the fiber of this shit forever.
so crazy.
Why
right?
did y'all never drop the video?
I don't know, bro.
That's a whole
And that
nother
was a
episode.
good video, bro.
Why did we never drop the video?
There's
That's
a
a
lot
good
of stuff
question.
happening.
That
Life
album
started
kind of-
lifing.
Yeah, that album kind of, it was probably some of our best work, and then just complications, man. I think just life started lifing, and then kind of
That was
just
a fun
It's been
shit,
lifing
man.
ever since.
All right, but I want to go back to that Puerto Rican Day Parade and that fucking that after party. Was it the Palladium?
No, it was
What
the one downtown.
spot in the city
11th Street.
that has like 1 million rooms?
Yeah, it's
Webster
I can't believe
Hall.
I'm forgetting it. Yeah, Webster
Webster
Hall.
Hall.
Oh, son.
That was crazy.
That was an infamous day.
I don't
That
think
was
I was
another
at that.
OnlyFans moment.
Yeah, you was.
Yeah, you was there.
Yeah,
Remember
you
that?
was.
Remember
So
Nori performed, Busta
performed.
Rhymes. Remember there was two girls on stage that were probably
Doing
the only
some
fans.
crazy
each other
shit.
fellatio. So we're on.
It's called
Wait.
cunnilingus. It's called cunnilingus.
Are you
when it's,
exaggerating? Or they really
No,
doing that?
that ass.
So I wasn't
bro.
there. I would have
Power
remembered that,
105
bro.
was there.
I would have remembered
You were
that.
there.
You might have been in the room. Remember we had the
was
whole
reading the
VIP.
bio.
You got
area.
Men in Black, bro. You got fucking. You got hit with the light switch.
But no, Webster Hall was so big too that it was like so many rooms in there, bro. Like you could be lost doing
So
other
like
things.
we're rocking the song, whatever, and we getting good vibes, right? But then there's a point where we're like, the people start going crazy, and we're like, damn, bro, they really feeling this track. Like it's crazy. I look back, and there's two girls like laying down, eating each other out.
Yeah.
And
That's
So,
part of the
wait,
show.
While the
randoms?
radio,
Randoms.
while the
Randoms.
radio station was there,
while the radio station,
Power 105. This is early Power 105.
Nori
days.
and Bus was like, yo, send those girls up, please.
Well, there was a couple years that we had the Mira Mira float, right? That we were.
Yo,
we had,
that
like,
shit was
different
legendary.
Shout out to
too,
Juan,
bro.
bro. He was the Upsilon, the Latino Upsilon
Yes.
fraternity.
Fraternity,
Yes.
yep.
Yeah, for
And
like
they,
a good 5
they
years,
always
man. We were doing
sponsored
it
it, and it
almost
was-
every year.
Those are the good old days, man.
That
Good
was the
old
real
days.
parade.
Yeah.
Those were the real PR parades
Yeah.
before the,
With no quadrants, and you can't pass
We got
here
some
and
dope
cross the
pictures of
street.
that shit.
That shit.
Remember we had Mortal Technique, Dayton and us on the
And,
floor.
and
Who else
Joel
was there?
Ortiz. Joel Ortiz
Dre was on
there
that
with
shit
us,
too.
Dre.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dre Sinatra.
I remember we broke night. I think I slept like 2 hours, bro. Remember we got a room right by the UN to have all the T-shirts and all that shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
to get the
remember that.
mixtapes
Yeah.
ready.
at
Yeah.
7:30 a.m.
Shout
we
out
were
to
like walking with
PF. Yo,
shirts.
we gotta
to
get
the-
PF up here. But yeah, he
Shout out to PF, man.
he's the one who produced that. And look, that was like back then when we made mixtapes like an album. And I mean a lot of people.
What's that, survival
kinda
music,
did that.
right?
Yeah.
Survival
Yeah.
Music.
But
Volume
like-
2 was the best one.
They were.
You know, my
was
favorite
on it.
song from that series is the infamous Arc verse that joint, and then the other shit where
In the mo- I liked
where
it in the
P's doing the
movies.
movie titles.
Yes.
That's my shit. Like, that's my shit.
Man,
What year
that's-
was that?
2007
2007, maybe?
ish, yeah.
Yo, and y'all had an Alchemist joint on there.
A few, yo. You know,
They had a few
what's
Alchemist
crazy
joints.
is that. So one of the joints that we
Y'all
had with
niggas had
Alchemist,
Alchemist, B.
right? Whatever it didn't get put out.
Legends.
But
man.
what's his name?
Legends.
Tragedy. Gaddafi took that Alchemist beat, and I guess he, to not, because we had that was our beat, right? And it was he was the plug on Tragedy, and then he rocked on that beat, but he left his on the song too. So it's like he did his own song, and then like maybe
like
when
a
he was
minute later.
like there's a little outro, and then boom, it goes right into songs.
Shout out
Is
to him
Myself.
for that.
I was like, okay, that's
Shout
what's
out
up.
to
So you know how
Trash.
sometimes dudes do some really effed up stuff, not, but he came through. He still released that. But yeah, that was Alchemist. What's his name? Dayton did a remix to that too. Shout out to Dayton too, man. That was Dayton. That was during the
golden era.
ELW group challenge era too. I was like, we did the first group. Damn, son, there's so much history, man. It's like, yo, what do we talk about? So many activities.
Yo, that was
activities.
the golden age, though, man.
It
Like
was.
that was the golden age, man. Cause like it's right when like technology and all that shit was just really getting started. So
yeah.
like it's
There's more in person, networking, face to face.
yeah.
And you know what's funny? I
handing
still
out
remember.
business cards.
What was that show? What's his name? Pretty Lou actually was he was hosting, and he was like, "So you guys doing a digital release?" This was like probably one of the first digital
Oh, that was
releases.
PNC Radio or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's Big
51.
Dude King? Is it?
That was Shampoo, really. That was his station. It was but it was the Urban Latino / PNC station.
Because
Yeah,
I remember Alex was the guy who was the urban Latino side guy.
Yeah. Remember that? Yo, they had a fly. Remember we had the studio in there too. Remember
We
that?
shot
shit?
didn't we shoot something in there?
Shot a video there. Remember they had that you could walk right out to the the patio area.
Yeah.
Second floor.
When
and they were like a
2
digital
J Street,
release?
rest
And we're
in
like, yeah,
peace.
this is the
Oh,
first
this was,
digital.
J,
that
this was
was-
J Street, right? In 10
Think
J
about
Street?
that.
That was the same building.
Yeah, the way I had the
Is
studio.
J Street. Balcony facing out to the water.
Man.
Nah, they
Yeah,
own-
yeah, I had
they-
a studio up there too.
Yeah, I was on the
Crazy.
6th floor at that time, yeah.
During that same time too.
Yeah, same
That-
exact
that-
time.
Like around that time is when we met.
And that's great
y'all.
because that's not even how we met. We met because you came in for a studio session with Zilla one day.
Yeah.
And
To
it's
do
so
Invincible, yeah.
crazy, yeah, because
we
like
probably like passed each other. in the
yeah,
hallways.
straight up elevator or something.
poetic.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, you
Damn.
think of like the most, because you've been on a lot of memorable video shoots, right? With like artists like 50 Cent,
Magic
G-
Wand. That's a whole.
Yo,
Magic
That's
Wand.
a whole
I
different.
love you, Magic
what-
Wand.
What are the ones that stand out
love you, my
like the
brother.
most, like the most memorable ones?
The most memorable music video moments, like, if I'm being honest with myself, has been the ones where we didn't have like no budget and no money. And
So
we
the
just,
guerrilla style ones.
those are always my favorite. And that's why, like, to this day, I'll do that shit almost more than I would do something else.
Right.
Like, one of my favorite videos that we did was the last one I did for you and Dax, where it was like
I remember
the
that
girl
one.
singing on it.
In the city, I did it.
Rise
Well,
Above. Yeah.
Rise Above.
Yeah.
I love that shit. And we just did that shit with a camera. We
I
got
know.
creative. We was
Quality was dope
doing
too,
all kind
man.
of shit.
Damn.
And then we kept getting lucky. Like, I remember we were driving around your old neighborhood in East New York, and we saw the somebody unfortunately had a mural for their dad.
Yeah.
And we was like, what's the odds of that? And
I know.
like,
That was
it's
us.
fucked up, but it worked. It worked for them.
How about like Lush or just Next Level? What was the craziest video?
The
What-
craziest video that I ever I was on. So we had this. There was this artist named Jay Martin, right? He was a bachata artist. He had one
Hamptons.
hit, right? Yeah. So he had like one pretty big song that was like all over La Mega and all those places. And plus, people don't realize this dude was a millionaire from grocery stores.
Well,
So he was like the
they
guy
owned the
who
chain.
owned all the sea towns in like Queens and Long Island, like was his shit. This guy was pushing Bentleys and Ferraris off of that. So everybody wants to talk about music and shit like that, but like that shit was his hobby. He was like, yo, I want to be a singer. Boom. So anyway, we do his video. He has this really big budget. We get a mansion in the Hamptons, right on the water of the Hamptons. Pool with the retractable
Beautiful.
shit. Beautiful fucking house, right?
You had a full crew for that shit.
You know, and the girl we had was...
She was like a supermodel.
She's a supermodel.
Yeah.
Amaraldi...
Tobias,
Yeah,
some
she's
shit?
married to Prince Royce, I think.
Yeah.
So that was the girl. That was the lead girl for the movie. And then the crazy part is...
Mike Diaz was there too.
Mike Diaz was there
You guys
too.
did a scene.
We all intertwined and connected, man.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, for real. That's how our story goes, right? So it's PA anyway. We had to send a PA on that video set, right, to go get some shit. And we're in the Hamptons, so if you ever been out there, shit is far.
Super far.
Right? Like you can't just get to a corner store. So this guy takes the fucking white PA van and crashes it into a pregnant lady.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Out
What
there.
the fuck?
I don't remember that.
Yes, towards the end of the
Oh,
day.
shit.
So and Sophia didn't tell me shit till later.
Wow.
Shout out to Sophia. She didn't tell me shit till later. She's like, "Yo, James, are you good with everything?" Okay, I have to tell you, PA fucking crashed the van into some lady. She's pregnant and blah 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 blah. And I was like,
God.
"Oh," she's like, "Don't worry, we'll deal with the insurance. Just keep doing the event. Keep shooting. But that shit fucked my head up.
Wow.
Because I was like, God. And then I think P was there too. Because I think I think so. Somebody locked my keys in my car too at the end of the night.
I was there with Psalms that day.
That was P.
We were doing
The
behind the scenes. Yeah.
Niggas locked my keys in my car, bro. I was sick. I was sick.
At the Hamptons over there?
After the fucking van get hit with the car.
Was I think you were thinking like the
sick.
footage might have been compromised or something, like one of the
Sick.
drives you couldn't get to it or something.
Sick.
But I mean,
sick, bro.
but I remember the crew, like you had a full team there shooting, you had the lights, everything, the fucking walkie-talkies,
We had
and
the
all that shit.
telecrane. We had the fucking that shit was that was for me
It was
the
like
most
a movie type of
the
shit.
most shit I have for me. Like
the
I worked on
fluffers.
other shits, but not that was like that for my shit. I'm sorry.
Stupid. I just caught that. You
said
had the
you had the
fluffers. This
fluffers?
nigga had to make it porn.
People
And
shit,
that
bro.
was around the era where you released that HBO.
I think
The
this was
HBO
after
Latino?
that.
After that,
Yeah, I think that might have been Bruja that plugged me in with.
Shout out to Bruja. There's a lot of shout outs
Oh
on
my
that.
gosh,
Yeah, I think it was
bro.
her
Bruja.
who plugged me to the PYOLA. I think it was, if I remember it correctly.
That was a great look, man. When I
Yeah, I
saw
had an
that,
audition. That shit was dope.
man, I remember going. I was like, "Damn, son, yeah,
That was-
he doing it." Because I feel like you have that, or as these kids say, the Riz.
The Riz, yeah.
You got
You got the
Riz.
Riz.
So I
Yo,
was
don't
like,
flirt with me right here, bro.
I'm keeping that in. I'm keeping this in.
No, we flirting with me, bro.
I figured, you'll have like podcasts because you just have that demeanor, that you're great, like you got good character traits that, transfer over.
you know
well.
what? I just want to be a recurring guest.
He's a great
If you're
orator.
willing to take the drive.
You and Iz
I'll be a recurring guest,
are the
guys.
honorary guests
Yeah.
all the time.
Like
son.
Jada on
All
fucking
day.
Drink Champs, right?
you
Like, I
go.
think it's on like 8 episodes or some shit like that, the Drink Champs. Like, it's just a good conversation.
Oh man,
Sounds good, man.
But
Word
shout out to
to
y'all
the
brothers too
mother.
for doing this shit, man. I know it
Yeah.
takes work, dedication,
Yeah,
brain
word.
power.
It's
you
fun.
know.
We make it fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I figure we're at that point in our life where we have to do it because it means something more than just money. Back to what you were saying, that realm, it's like, where does that really lead to? This is not only is it therapeutic, but it gives drive. It helps others. Believe it or not, you don't know who you're inspiring, bro, on the low. You never know.
Yeah,
There's someone
that's
out
true.
there and it's like, man, I don't know what to do, but not knowing what to do is part of the process, man. So, sometimes you don't even know you helped that one soul and that one soul just bang. But yeah.
We also don't get to politic as much as we would like. So being able to do this twice a month, it allows us to be able to also reconnect the way we used to
Facts.
do when we was younger.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole we lived in the studio literally.
Yeah, all the time.
'Cause
bro. I mean, I'm still there. It's just you
Because
come,
brought
and,
the
you come and
studio-
go.
You brought the
It's party
studio
out.
home.
yeah, exactly.
He got a studio in the crib.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Next episode, actually, you should come out there. He got a dope spot too.
Yeah.
We're gonna start shooting some eps out there too, in Jersey. What are you working on now? Aside from life aside from being a great dad, part of the great dad clubs. That's our whole crew now.
Team Dad.
We're not a social society anymore. We're the good dad clubs.
Hung up the
But
gloves.
I think that's the natural progression, bro. You can't be part of social society forever. It's like it's got an
Remember the
expiration
Remember
date.
the hand sign?
Yo, come on, man.
Yo, we can't
Throw
do
it
that
up one
live, bro.
time for the old
Yo, you
time's
should
sake.
throw it up and then we'll
Nah,
blur
nigga,
it.
blur it out. I should have opened the portal like fucking Doctor Strange. Nigga, like,
Dr. Strange will come
Doctor
outside.
start jumping.
Yo, the Puerto Rican
You get pulled in, somebody pull you in.
Puerto Rican Doctor Strange will come out.
Nah,
Yo,
I can't.
Mike Bago
furniture,
come
start
out.
floating
Mike
and
Diaz
shit.
will
Like,
come
Mike Diaz will come out in a fucking.
Remember those liquor
Fernando the
commercials
party
he used to
planner.
do? with
yo,
the-
I went. Listen, y'all want to hear how random my life is, man? I went to Dominican Republic with Michael Diaz, B.
Wow.
And that shit was a time.
Yeah,
The time was had.
A time was
DR
had. Shout
is
out to that.
beautiful.
Shout out to that nigga.
Finally
man.
got to visit a couple years ago.
And Gibbs, man, Fran. Yo, that shit is funny.
Yo, I still remember when Mike did that tea bags. Remember he did the tea bag.
I left the party by that
character?
time, bro.
So this is like
Is that when he did the breakdancing shit?
no, he was like he was the fourth member.
Yeah, there was
of
a fourth
T-
member.
I was
and
put
he was
soul in it.
Yeah, and he was breakdancing. wasn't
Johnny
he?
Yeah, he
Rose
was-
did that video.
Johnny Rose.
In
Kinda
Bronx.
I thought I was you. Son.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro.
Give him
Shout
credit
to,
for it.
shout to
Fuck
Johnny
it.
Rose, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out to
Don't be
Johnny
trying
Rose.
to give that nigga to take his credit away, man. What the fuck, man?
Nah, yo, he mad
Nah,
political now too. Shout
That's
out
a
to
good brother, man. Shout out to him.
Man, Johnny Rose. A
We
good
just
dude.
reconnected on Instagram and shit now.
Yo, Instagram is the best, man. I'm still in contact with like high school friends. You know, talking to them like every other day.
Yeah.
Why you lying, bro?
Yo, facts. Rob, shout out to Rob.
I keep in touch with family that I don't speak to all the time, like on Facebook,
Yeah.
you know, or Instagram every now and then, you know.
You know, so in that light, social media does have its benefits. You know,
Right.
I've met way more producers through IG than I've used to meet. Like, you know, in real life networking, everybody anybody who's doing anything is on there. And, you know, all it takes is for them to see your post or your ad or whatever you're doing. They hit you up, you know, and you just start networking.
Start
So
interacting.
it's worked out that way for me. Beautifully.
Talking about producers. Yo, what y'all think about this Mobb Deep album with Alchemist and
Oh,
Nas?
is it out?
excited
When is it
about
coming
that.
out?
Nah, it's not out. And if it was out and you didn't hear it, I'd be mad at you.
I know.
I know.
bro.
I'd be mad at myself because
Yeah.
I've been waiting for it, and
I'm
I'm waiting for
excited
the
about
Nas
that.
and
I'm hyped.
Nas and
I
Premier.
definitely want to hear it. Yeah.
Primo.
Yo, he just did one with 2 Chainz though, in whatever June.
June,
That
yeah.
shit was
hot.
hard.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
think
Victor June, I think, is the
going
guy's
back to
name.
you think
yes.
Mob? You think they're gonna put out like old Prodigy
Yeah,
verses?
that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some unreleased stuff. Yeah.
You know
That's
what's
what I'm
crazy?
saying. How you
It's-
feel about that?
It's not just
though?
Havoc
Like,
rhyming, right?
As it shit we heard before. I don't want to hear freestyles that they kind of
like the big album that they
rehash.
threw
Yeah.
together
Like
with
rehash.
But
the
you gotta
old
also
verses.
remember,
Yeah.
imagine how many songs they did that weren't
Never
released.
came out.
Yeah, there's got to be unreleased
You know
stuff
what I'm
that
saying? They gotta have
stuff that was good but didn't make the cut. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
So-
Oh, and the
'Cause-
Wu's dropping a new album soon too.
No. It's
no,
not
that's a
right.
tour.
They're going
That's
on
a
tour.
tour.
I
So
thought
No,
they
was
they're
gonna be
also
dropping a couple
teasing
of
an
songs
album.
too, though, yeah.
They're also teasing an
Oh, yeah?
album.
There's
Yeah.
affiliates who have new music, like Raekwon has a new album coming out.
Oh, but
too.
it's not a new
But
album.
it's not a new album. Yeah, RZA told me
Bro, I'm
yesterday.
gonna fact check this shit right now. son.
Nah, RZA was on he was on the Breakfast Club and he actually asked him that. So is
But
this?
yeah, I saw clips of that. Yeah.
and he's like, nah, you know, it's just this is the last time you'll get all 9 members you
In
know,
the tour?
together. So it's gonna be a
Well,
tour.
and his son,
And
right?
his son,
Young
yeah.
DB's son, right?
Yeah.
Young,
That's dope
young,
that they
young
do
DB.
that, bro.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, that is super dope, man. That era is crazy too, man. Like, and I still remember the Showboat where that was like Wu-Tang's first
You
show
gonna bring
in
up the
Brooklyn.
infamous night when they got shot up by
Yeah,
the
son, it was
Roughneck
crazy.
Soldiers?
I was gonna say who, but I guess
damn.
so.
I mean, do they still exist? Like,
Cats
who
out of the
cares?
bag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they out here in the story.
You got the
now.
old
Hey,
retired
man.
generals. Yo, we are talking shit about us.
Write it down. Straight that.
The whole episode gonna get edited out.
Write that down.
Yo, what you thought about that song? Remember that song with that tatted up dude? He's like,
Oh, okay.
I actually like
that's
that shit,
our
bro,
lingo,
honestly.
bro. I like for the longest we had all that little funny, all that crazy shit. But yeah, man, yo, they shot up fucking. I still remember they were on stage and Wu-Tang was wilding out. Oh yeah, it's rah. Everyone just like hits the deck. Yo, we went through so much traumatic shit as
I don't know how we're
kids.
still alive,
Crazy.
bro.
The
Seriously.
grace of God.
I don't know. Yeah, you're
Seriously,
right.
like
It
yo,
is
there
the
should
grace
be
of
a commercial that comes out. If you survive the '90s,
Yeah, word.
you are entitled to
Compensation.
Some type of
compensation
compensation,
or
bro.
something, bro. Like because
This is a different world,
It's
bro.
a different
Yeah, look, Black Samson, April 2025. That's a new Wu album.
Nah, it's Mathematics. He produced that. So it's not really RZA. So RZA
So what?
has-
But
But
it's
is
the
it a
Wu.
Wu
But it's still
album
a
if
Wu
RZA?
album, no?
Wait,
Wu album.
nah. We gotta talk about that. If RZA's not doing a
Yeah.
good chunk of the album, then is it really a
He-
Wu Tang
he's-
album?
If
This is
they're
how
all
we-
rhyming in it,
If he's rhyming on it, I say yes.
Yeah, if he's rhyming
If
on it,
he's-
I would
yeah.
say
You know
yes.
what? Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Let's keep
too.
it real.
You're
Why
right.
wouldn't
It's the
Why
affiliation.
wouldn't RZA want to make the hardest joint?
Bro,
on
RZA's
Yeah, yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah.
symphonies
You would think
and
he would.
shit.
Mathematics might not
Produced
make
a
it a
lot,
symphony
a lot of the
though.
Wu shit.
Yeah, and he
Do it
actually
how you
why
want to
not?
do it. You know what I'm saying?
It would have been dope accompanied by like a martial arts movie.
Oh, something fly.
still right.
You hear
They-
that, RZA? That was my idea, bro.
Yeah.
That shit's gone right now, nigga.
No, but he
Somebody's
was like
putting that shit in ChatGPT.
anytime any music is done by the Wu-Tang, like they'll bring it to the Abbott. And
Yo.
he'll like
Yeah, he's
find
probably
format.
got final say on
Yeah.
all of it, right? But he's not going to be producing the whole thing like he did back in the day. Yeah.
they got collabos with G-Rap and Benny the Butcher, some other heads. in there.
G-Rap is another
So yeah, it's coming up.
G-Rap.
So-
I'm a
so
huge G-Rap
underrated,
fan.
bro,
yeah.
like-
Legend.
What's the
Yo, that song
what's the
with-
best?
with-
Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the song he got with Mobb Deep.
That's what I was gonna
Oh,
say.
the
That's my
realist,
favorite.
The
What's,
realist,
the, what's
yeah.
the best Coogee rap verse ever?
Be the
realest,
realest shit you
yes.
heard in your life.
I got the
He
quotable
killed
of that on the source. I got that up on the wall.
Wow.
I love Ill Street Blues. That's one of my
Now,
all-time
L Street
favorites.
Blues, those are my scammy
I remember
days,
the
bro.
first Nas and Cool G Rap song. The
My Life.
Fast Life.
Fast Life,
Legendary.
Fast Life, yeah,
That
yeah.
was. Oh, do you remember when
I got guns from Italy.
Smoke trees considerably.
Yeah.
Stay, all my niggas be
Yeah.
ghetto misery. Shoot, oh.
they don't
up
they
in
don't
liquor
make music like
stores.
that. I mean,
Nah.
I'm not gonna trash talk. There's some really good
Nah,
music out
yeah.
there now too. Who like quote unquote new era artists you feeling right now?
Man, I think, and you can't even call them new era. Is like I fuck with them, the Griselda dudes, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like they're the
Facts.
modern iteration of like what we have for
Yeah,
Wu-Tang.
yeah,
But they got that classic sound.
yeah. Rock
Yeah.
Marciano too. I mean, I know
Yeah,
he's
Rock
been.
Marciano too, yeah.
I felt like he was always nice, but I feel like he kind of etched his own lane even
He
more
got a good
now.
new album, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got some dope
Now
stuff,
Rock
man.
is fire, bro.
Yo, you heard of this guy called Drake?
Say Drake.
I mean, he only comes up every episode.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
have
his
you heard
music.
of the
I don't- Have you heard
Drake?
about
Yo.
that guy? He's good.
Did
he
you
sings.
see the
he sings and he
Oscars?
raps.
How they did
Yo,
it?
you ever seen that Seinfeld? When they're like,
Oh, hate the Drake?
I hate
the
Drake. I
Drake.
love Drake.
I'm sick of
I'm
fucking
really
talking
starting to
about
dislike
Drake.
the Drake.
How do you feel about
I
all
just
of
did
this?
that
Like,
to be an asshole.
how do you feel about all this? I don't know if it's necessarily Drake hate, but like just Drake epidemic.
Bro, he just
going
gotta
on.
make good music.
That's-
But
Did
he
you
got a
hear-
lot of
That's
streams.
it.
No, but
Did you hear the
honestly, it's
sexy
also
songs for you?
karma.
Not
You
for
know,
now.
no
I
disrespect to
agree.
anybody.
I agree.
But he has stolen several
agree. Yeah, I was
styles
gonna
over
say
the
that.
years.
Yeah.
There's a. I don't even want to get into that, but that's my feeling. The music industry in general right now is going through karma.
Yeah.
In
I
general,
agree.
they screwed
100%.
artists for so many years.
You saw,
all this stuff, and
This
now,
new album he dropped is kind of like an R&B album.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I
With,
wouldn't even
with
call
a
it
is,
few
it
R&B.
is.
throw-in
Yeah, yeah.
songs too, because I think he had
I'm
way
not
too
gonna
many
front.
songs.
I could fuck with some of those joints on there.
Yeah,
I
mean,
can't fuck with the new album at all, bro. I
You
try
know,
to
if
like
you want to
it
lay
too.
back now, you're not listening to
Not really.
hip hop. If you want to listen
If you're
to
in a
something
club,
different.
If you chilling, like if it's a party vibe, I could see that.
No.
But like we're from the era where we needed that like soul music. You know what I mean? Like
not
something
only
with
that,
substance.
I mean, he has had some of that, but just the fact that he didn't write all of his stuff, that's already not an MC, you know?
Right, it takes
And-
some credibility.
To me, just MCing, not
Yeah.
music making,
Right.
not making other genre. That's fine, but
Right.
if you like head to head MC battle and you don't write all your stuff,
Did you see that Conan?
Yeah.
That's
Greg
gotta be a
Ryan?
little
Just to add to what he's
natural.
saying too, when you're on top of the mainstream, you kind of got to tread lightly because when you try to have too big of an ego when it comes to like rapping in general, then people are going to call you out on that. And I think he got caught up in a situation where he was a little too confident. And that's
barked up
kind
the
of what the
wrong tree.
karma,
But
right?
also in the industry, it's been known about him jacking style. Like this all came about from stuff like that, bro. You know, Kendrick had to be at a certain level to do this anyway.
Right.
The guy's won Pulitzer prizes. You know, like
You know what I think about? You know what I think Drake is really going through? I think Drake is sad.
It's possible.
You know what I'm
can see
saying? I
that.
think people see his lifestyle, his world, and it's probably super alluring to everybody. But I think he's probably sad as a person, and that's why some of his music isn't connecting the same way. and then he just got humiliated in front of the world.
Right, and keeps on
Multiple
It keeps
times.
happening. Yeah.
So it's like he's falling in a little bit of a rut, and you just feel it in his music. You know what I'm saying? Like let's be real, bro. Like, yo, you had a good run, amazing run, classics. Like, why do you care about some of the stupid shit that you know what I'm saying? Like, even this rap battle, you didn't even need to do this.
And he didn't even start it.
You know
That
what
was
I'm
the crazy.
saying?
He
He
didn't
could
even
have ignored
start
this
it.
shit and been chilling.
He bet on the bait though.
Yeah, well,
He did. Yeah.
He should have took his own advice because on one of his earlier songs with Wayne, he was like, "You diss me, I'm gonna ignore it."
Yeah.
And he didn't. I remember him when Joe
I think the
Budden
Knicks lost.
when Joe Budden
did.
first
Shout
started
out to the
that.
Knicks.
they did, bro, by like 10.
Damn,
My
they were
bad. Go
winning.
ahead, Papa.
You just interrupt me. It's fine.
I mean, I'm used to
I'm sorry, what you saying?
That's my job.
Joe Budden. This is like when he first did his podcast. So he started kind of filming content, and he had Drake up there, and he's like, and Drake was like,
Oh, I saw that.
I'm just happy to be here.
That
And-
wasn't that near Santos?
yes.
Yes, I was like, I know that block.
Yeah.
I was like,
He's like,
There's
you
a
know,
film studio
I
that
love
filmed
hip-hop,
like
you know.
some
It was
kind
like-
of public
I was like,
film.
oh, he
I
seemed
think
like
they
a
were
cool
coming out of
dude.
Santos that
Humble.
day.
He was a
Maybe,
little
but there is
humble down
also
there.
like a legitimate film, like academy right there, right across the street,
New
literally.
York Film Academy.
I've rented equipment from there actually,
Yeah, but
or they used to be. I
It's
don't
a whole. What do you feel about Kendrick's album that came out? Did you
I like
it?
that shit, bro. My
Yeah?
kids love it. My,
Yeah.
my smallest son loves that shit, yo.
Our generation of our kids, that era, that Alpha era, right? Is Generation Alpha. They love Kendrick, bro.
Yeah.
And they hate Drake.
My kids don't hate Drake though.
My son hates Drake, bro.
I think it might just
my
be
kids
because
don't
it's
hate
cool to
Drake.
Might
do
be
that
a
at the
phase.
moment.
yeah,
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
My little
Also,
one loves
music
Drake
comes
too.
in
Like,
cycles,
nah.
bro.
Yeah.
Music goes in cycles, and you know, most important. First of all, these are two millionaires arguing. I would never. I was not involved in any of the following, none of that shit. But at least it's brought an emphasis to some kind of lyrical content, which was sorely lacking for a long
They
time.
disrupted the industry just
The
overall
algorithm.
right now because you saw your boy Snoop Dogg. He just hopped out of Spotify. He's like, nah,
Yeah.
there's some new app or something.
Tune something.
Tune,
Yeah.
well, it's
FM.
actually not new. Tune FM, we've dropped singles on Tune. It's an old thing, but they kind
resurfacing.
of reinvented
Yeah.
themselves, and now they offer
think
like
we need
most
that.
royalties.
To be clear, he didn't drop. I mean, he dropped Spotify from here on in, but
Yeah.
all the stuff that he
Ocean's
previously
there,
released, that's not under his control.
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
stuff is still up there.
Yeah.
It's major label owned. I mean,
Yeah.
you can still find it there. He just going forward, he's switching
yeah.
to Tune FM.
Well, he dropped one song, at least one already.
One, right. Kind of like the
We need
inauguration.
more of that.
kind
We
thing.
need some of that, you know.
Well, we need these guys to be leaders, especially if you're
Yeah.
100 millionaire already. Like,
Yeah.
that's the problem with my humble opinion, black and brown culture. You know, we get in a position that we could do stuff, and most people, and it doesn't just happen in music, it's across the board. You know, people become teachers to change the world. They see the bureaucracy, then they get a
That's a big
mortgage, they have
word,
a
bro.
kid, they don't no longer want to ruffle the feathers.
Feathers, yeah.
And that affects us as a people, you know? Same thing with artists. Like, if you get to a certain level, you know, I'm not going to say no names, but a lot of female artists, like,
Yo,
if you're
say the
already a
name.
diva.
Say your name, bro.
Nah, man, because
Drop it.
it's just a lot of like if you already
just
a
edit it,
diva,
we'll edit it.
you don't need to be a stripper no more. Why? Why are you trying to be a stripper again? Like, you're a diva. Be the diva. Be the queen. Take these little girls out of the stripper mentality.
Right.
But
And there's dope girl. I remember you brought what's her name from Texas to the lab. Remember when you brought a 3-6 Mafia, TJ Paul.
Oh, Snow.
Yeah.
Snow, she's dope.
That's
We
product.
met her
She's
back in the
dope,
days.
too.
Huh? We met her in Dallas.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying he brought it to the lab in
Yeah,
Queens,
she's
and you know,
fire.
vibing. I'm like, damn. That was the first time I met DJ Paul too, man. That was
Adventures, bro. We be on adventures, yo. It's like,
right.
Yo, it's funny. I don't know if it was off camera, but you said I tell everyone I'm the Forrest Gump of the music industry because
Yes,
I
you
turn
were
around and
everywhere.
I'm like
I
next
agree.
to fucking Kanye. You know, like
I feel a long time. Like wherever you were going, I was right there.
yeah. For a while, it was
I was
definitely
like,
like that, bro.
Yo, I
We
remember.
that was
Sorry, guys.
My bad. My mother Hammer.
Please don't
what
do it
is
again, though. I'm a
The-
guest, all right?
The Hammerstein Ballroom, right? That's correct. 34th Street around
yeah,
that area.
34th. You're right.
I remember me and Psalms was going to the studio, and then we get out, and Kanye was performing. This is when he was just getting high. He did the Gold Digger, whatever. So, man, people were walking in like the stars right in the front. I was like, yo, let's just go in. So we snuck in. So now we're in there, and we're like chilling with fucking Kanye and all of them. And they got this infamous picture that was in Def Jam. I mean, this you could probably find it out. And me and Psalms.
Oh
It's
shit!
chilling right there. And you see Kanye with the mic, and because it's like we were literally right there where he was performing at, and just that picture has our faces. My boy sent me that shit like a few years ago. He said, "Yo, son, that's y'all." I was like, yeah, we had a song with Kanye.
Bro, we
Fucking
performed with
Def Jam.
Kanye at the
I know,
Apollo,
we opened
bro.
up for that. Remember that shit? Yo.
Yo.
The Apollo, that was another infamous fucking. We had the black tees
Yeah,
with
that
the-
was
Oh, yeah.
with the
you know
flag.
who that was our
The
Affliction.
Roots.
He made the
Oh,
shirt.
yes,
that
yes,
was
yes.
my
Alvarez,
our
right?
cousin Michelle. Shout out to
Oh, no,
that was her
Affliction.
ex-husband.
Yeah,
He went
yeah,
on to
yeah.
go on that Ink show.
Ink,
What was
he
it?
was an ink master. He's a tattoo
Ink
artist.
master.
What
Yeah.
year was that?
It's
the-
crazy,
the
bro. We've
Apollo?
been all in this
The
shit,
5
up and
degrees of
down. We still
separation.
are, bro.
I ran into True Master that day at the Apollo.
Yeah.
I think he was there that day too.
Wow.
Shout out to
Shout
True
out to
Master.
True Master.
Yeah. Every now and
Crazy.
then, it's funny. We'll chat on Instagram.
On Instagram, man.
Instagram just connects you with so many random fucking people, bro, out of
Yo,
nowhere.
what do you think? And I know it's gonna sound corny, but what do you think our run would have been like with social media?
I think we would have
A whole nother level,
Would've been
bro.
Tremendous.
been arrested.
But like kind of what you said with World Star,
Yeah.
you
It
don't
fucks
know
with
what
you.
comes with that too. You know,
There's a lot of negative
there's
shit that comes.
The only thing that social media allows you is to erase all gatekeepers, right? I mean, obviously there's an algorithm, but you control what you put out there, how
yeah, but
know,
you don't
where it
control
reaches.
what a random fan
Can take.
takes of you somewhere
Or-
a random
Yeah, that's
person.
true.
Or
And like you never know who's behind you.
Exactly.
Like
and look at all these dudes getting murdered, right? Because they be out posting their locations.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Well,
right here,
yeah,
right
you
now.
still gotta do it smart,
And these
yeah.
Do a
guys-
photo dump after the
Yeah,
fact,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know how many? And imagine in the '90s and the early 2000s, Instagram.
Everybody would have got
Everybody's
got.
getting robbed.
Yeah, for sure.
It's super dangerous to go to venues because people are just gonna be.
And then you're gonna be advertising that you're there. It's
Yeah,
like it's
that's-
open season on you. Yeah.
Think about the late '90s, bro, and 2000s, with all these crazy motherfuckers on. Exactly where you're gonna be, who
Yeah,
you
for
talk
sure.
to.
I gotta be honest, it's also the energy you carry and who's around you. I think that's by far the most important thing.
Right.
Like because I got like just a couple of instances in this music shit where shit didn't go well is because there was somebody there either directly or indirectly involved that just was not in the proper energy and
Yeah.
Fucked the whole
representing
vibe up.
us in
I
the
don't mean to
proper
interrupt
light,
you,
you
but
know?
on that same chord, right? I remember he used to work in Sony, remember? And he brought us up to see, we had a meeting with Columbia Records. And yo, they listened to the music. It was official. He said, like, Monday come, we're gonna sign, come up with a wish list of who you want on the album. Everyone on Columbia is accessible, right? Bro, I was about to quit. That was a Friday. Literally, I was already had in my head, like, look, I'm gonna call in, I'm quitting, and we do all of this, blah, blah, blah. And the dude got fired, right? Or like,
Yeah.
we got a call that Monday night. He's like, he was involved in some certain shady or what.
Wow.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff.
But
Those
that was
kinda stuff,
one of the
you know.
times where, son, literally, we were up there, everything was, everybody's like, yeah, yo, y'all part of the fan. Get your list ready. I was like, holy shit, Lauryn Hill, we're gonna.
And then just like that.
Well, it's also, man, that sometimes you think you're ready for success and then you're right there and
You're not.
not everybody is, you know? And I would just leave it at that.
I feel like we dodged a few bullets with that too, man. Like God just said, you know, nah, like, you know, he reads the hearts too, man. It's like back what you were saying. If we would have maybe quote unquote sold your soul, whatever, or not care about certain things, then, you know, they'll throw you into that world. But I think a lot of thanks to you is because you were like that manager that people kind of hated, but you kept
Yo,
us safe,
You
bro.
were necessary.
I don't
hate
even.
you.
You may
I
have
thought-
to edit this out too. I think Latin might have been, but remember that time we met with. You may have to edit
I think
this.
you gotta
but
go
with,
up a little bit, your mic.
Remember that time we met with Terror Squad?
Yeah, there we go.
Y'all
Yeah,
giving
right
me
by
mad shit
Highline
to edit
Ballroom.
out
Yeah, I
now.
know. There's gonna be no episode left.
We're gonna have to mark a point and just say from here
No.
forward.
So anyway,
pod shit.
so yo, two of the lieutenants came. It wasn't even Joe. It was some. And the first thing they do is
Cuban
come
links?
out with like a chain and like. And I was like, yo, listen, the chain is cool, but we're not really here for that. And that shit like took the sale. I might have said it a little more 90s and 2000s.
You insulted them a little bit.
I
Just a
don't
little
know
bit.
if I
Songs
insult.
like, that's
My
my
intention was
size.
not to
Me and
insult
Tom's
them,
like, yo, let's-
just to let them know, like, yo, listen, we want to do real business. It's not like a chain is dope, but
Real shit.
real shit.
Yeah.
Like, we invested our lives into
money
this
and-
money,
yeah.
all of this shit. And I don't know if it was
And
taken
then it
well.
was crazy because they will always try to like side talkers. Another quick story: we went to Warner Brothers. We got flown out to Warner Brothers, bro.
We stayed at the Four Seasons,
Bro, we're there, and
Dre came by, remember?
and we knew Big Syph. Big Syph, you know, shout out to Big Syph. He was on a Radio Power 106, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna play y'all song." It was a brand new song. It wasn't out. On
Wasn't even
anything.
out.
Nothing. And he just played it exactly when we were with
people from Warner,
with
right?
people with Warner, and they were like, "How did you get that song?" Like, we're trying to get. First of all, we had Meet on rotation.
You're welcome.
And they were trying. And they were trying to get. They were like, "Yo, we're trying to get
That was
Jennifer
co-produced
Lopez."
by Iz, by
they were
the
like,
way.
"Yo, we're getting Jennifer Lopez. We're having a little difficult time getting her stuff on rotation." And bro, play the song. He's like, it was literally about. Well, it was it. I thought we were about to sign, and then
That was
Iz gave him
that
a
was
lot
the
of.
second time he almost quit.
Iz was like, "No, that doesn't sound good," because they were openly trying to play us, like contractually. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
for sure.
And Iz was like, "No." They wanted
wasn't
us to
even me,
sign.
bro. It was
right
our
Y'all had
lawyer.
lawyers. Y'all had lawyers
No, but
looking at
you
that.
spoke more than the lawyers sometimes. Because sometimes, you know, our lawyer was like, they just fucking get signed and get this money, bro.
Was that,
Fucking,
was
we'll
Did they
work it
provide
out
you the
later.
lawyer? Is that what happened? Did they provide you the lawyer?
No, we had one, but
Nah, I'm
They
fucking with you.
provide.
See, but y'all were moving smart. Y'all had your
so
own
they
lawyer.
side
Yeah,
talk. I remember they brought me and Psalms on the side. He's like, "Yo, you know, he should just stay as an artist, man."
They
Tell
try
him
to
just stay
divide
as
and
an art-
conquer.
That's
Yeah,
what they try to do.
divide and conquer.
Oh, planting those seeds all the time. But, yo, just tell it's just, yo, fall back. You know, you got to you guys need a manager. You guys need a manager. He can't be a manager and your art, which was right.
Which was right. That's right.
And we,
though.
but which we knew already, and I admit it. We wanted a manager, but it just
was it C has
It
then,
didn't
right? He
mater-
started managing y'all, right?
Or
you
was
know
it Geronimo?
Has
Oh,
was
Geronimo,
still,
right?
Geronimo.
C
right,
had,
yeah.
but Geronimo wasn't like the everyday type. I'm
Not to
gonna
be confused with
walk-
Mike
be with
Geronimo.
you everywhere
Got
manager.
you. Now, day to
He was
day.
like a connected. Shout out to him. I love him. He's like a big brother, but he wasn't a day to day
Yeah.
like. And because of lack of other, you know, somebody had to
Resources.
do it. You
Yeah.
know, so it was more that than like me actually wanting to do all that stuff.
Looking
get
back
it,
in
I get it.
hindsight, I love
But
it.
it's like
Did the
part
right
of
thing.
being, you know.
But you were the mastermind too. Like that's why I like to
yeah.
gravitate to you. We have our talks and we vibe because you always looked at the game very strategically. And again, y'all were ahead of y'all time for mad shit.
Yeah.
Like you just gotta call it what it is.
Yeah,
You know
even
what
the
I'm saying?
digital shit. You know, nobody wanted to do that, but like, you got to also realize when you're an indie, like pretty much out of your trunk, you know, to press up $50 in vinyl, that's $100,000, bro. Yeah. To
It
do a
was a lot
digital
of-
release
yeah.
was like $25.
Yeah.
It was a lot of trial and error, and then things that just, we had an investor, right, that was on board. We got the song out, right? We dumped some money into Mira, and yes, payola is for real because that's what we did. We put the song, and the song was on
Go
rotation.
ahead, incriminate yourself.
Fuck, I gotta edit this shit out too.
That's not a crime. That's absolutely not a crime. Go ahead, go
Right,
for
because
it.
you know Drake.
Well, it was radio
You have to say
promotion.
allegedly at the end. of it.
Allegedly, my bad. Allegedly,
It was a donation.
Yeah, okay.
Right,
exactly.
we donated to DJs.
And during that time, we had son. It was literally at the brink again, and then all of a sudden, that investor got caught up, or he was like a hedge fund baby. And aside from him working with us music wise, I guess he had a bad drug habit, and some drug dealers funneled like $400,000, right?
Or some crazy number.
from his bank, from his dad's bank, and then he just closed shop.
Yeah.
And he's like, nobody's
And
getting
right
it.
now is when we need it, and we were right at that point
Where
where
you
like
needed
another
it, yeah.
50 grand would have probably
Put
took
you
the
over the top,
record
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top, yeah.
all over.
Fuck, man.
Well, you guys got the
crazy.
most love out in the West Coast as far as the artists.
Texas, not
artist
just out
world.
west, really,
Texas
really
was
anywhere
crazy.
Mexican.
Yeah, the joint with
Midwest,
Trader
West
Truth,
Coast.
right?
Yeah,
Trader Truth.
The
Damn,
boys.
son.
Yeah, that was a banger too.
That was on a billboard, right? That went on the billboard.
Y'all had a couple
Number
billboard
3,
things.
number
y'all?
4.
Jit produced that, right?
Yeah,
Jit
Jit.
produced
Shout out
them,
to
and then
Jit.
remember Fingers did the remix that was crazy. Don't go messing with them boys
I remember.
from New York.
Yo,
Bobby and the
fingers
dead
is-
on your
That was the
back,
first time I
back,
seen
back,
that.
back.
What's that shit with the tube in your mouth? Pause.
Well,
When you make
voice
it-
box, voice box.
Voice box, yeah.
Oh, the vocoder, right? The vocoder.
Violation. A violation.
Yo.
So who'd you vote for? Now,
Whoa, sir.
I just want to throw a wrench in the whole fucking
So,
all right,
conversation.
that was a good detour though.
Yeah, you like that?
I was like, do I
That
answer that?
Daredevil
I can't wait for Daredevil to come out.
Bro, we should be
No, we
watching it
missing
right
it.
now.
We
We can
missing
do
it,
a
man.
watch party right now.
Yeah,
Shit's
we should.
out
We
right
should.
now.
On the next one,
Trump.
I was
which
thinking
brings
I-
the whole season.
I went to go look for it at midnight last night, and I'm like, fuck, they're doing that. They're not gonna drop it at fucking midnight.
You know,
So then I went in the morning. Shit still wasn't there. 6 p.m. I think, right? Or 9 p.m. 9 p.m.
my
Eastern
son
time.
woke up early to try to see it before
I
school
stood up.
and was like, "This is bullshit."
Yeah, yo, same reaction, same fucking reaction. Like,
He
damn
was
it.
mad, bro. I
I was
was
like, oh, I got a podcast
I'm
tonight.
rewatching
Can't
season 3
watch
of the
it.
Netflix one, so I could wait.
Yo, I
a few
was
days.
looking. Where is it?
It's on Disney.
on
Plus.
Disney
Plus.
All on Disney
Because I
Plus.
had looked and I hadn't seen
Yeah,
it.
everything's
You might
on
have
Disney
to change
Plus.
your
Your settings from 18 year. I did
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought.
It's
for
in
sure.
there.
I just hope that like this shit is the beginning of good Marvel. You know what I'm
Marvel.
saying? Because this shit has been struggling for a while,
yeah.
bro. Like it was going too
They had a
like
good stretch.
liberally political
That's the-
undertones.
yeah,
Yeah,
stuff.
it
Scripts,
was too
bro.
much political.
It was
You're
going,
right.
like,
It was
much
too
virtue
much.
signaling.
Not enough fantasy. More like agenda, political
Right.
agenda.
That shit crazy.
The Marvels was
which
the pinnacle
Mel
of
Gibson
the
will
bullshit.
correct.
Yeah, for sure. I think
was-
they're actually toning it down a little
Yeah,
after that now.
yeah.
But
They heard
Daredevil,
the backlash.
Daredevil is not just great Marvel; it's great television. So I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
I mean, you really got to do a number on it to fuck it up this
Did you
time around.
guys? Did you guys watch The Penguin?
You
Oh,
can't
no, I
fuck it
haven't
up.
seen it yet. Yeah,
Nah?
it's hard to fuck it up because it was good. Just and they're sticking to the same actors. It's 7 years later. They were gonna reboot. They didn't reboot.
Yeah.
So I think with all that, I
So
mean,
there's
you
no
really
origin story.
no. It's 7 years
bro.
later.
Bro,
It's
you
7
didn't
years
watch
later.
Daredevil, bro?
I did, but I thought they were rebooting the whole
I literally
Season
mentioned
one-
it in the
season
last
one was-
episode
yeah,
that
yeah.
they're continuing the story.
Yeah.
Yo, you don't listen.
You
You
don't
don't
listen,
listen,
bro.
Active listening. I gotta
But,
work on my active listening.
so
Selective hearing.
I'm excited for it. The only thing I hate that they don't drop the whole shit at the beginning. It's they're gonna drop 2 episodes and then it's 1 episode per week
one
till
per
it's
week.
done.
That's
Yeah.
genius.
I don't mind
I know,
that
but
whole waiting.
it's the way-
I don't mind that either. to be
Yeah, I
honest.
think it's good. It teaches these kids patience, bro, because that instant gratification.
But I already
bro,
learned it, so I want to watch. I
But
wanna
we
watch.
still need that. We still
I wanna
need
watch that whole
patience.
shit.
Is a lesson that we're gonna learn forever. That we should always nurture, because I remember during the COVID era, bro. I think I sat. There was times where I sat and binged and watched like everything back to back.
Back to back, yeah.
And then there was a point where there's still so much stuff on TV and there's like nothing to watch. Like what the fuck. So I appreciate that. Okay, you got to wait 1 more week for this shit. You know, if
But
there's
do you understand the business though? How like what that's doing?
yeah, no, I definitely appreciate that too. Like that's good. That's how you keep them coming back.
Or keep people subscribed.
I just don't
Yeah.
like. I don't like, bro. The whole pitch of all these streaming services was no commercials.
ads, yeah.
Now they all got. You got to get another tier of
you
membership.
you get the tier with no ads.
You
Fuck
knew that
all
was
that.
coming.
They,
You knew
but
that was gonna
they
come.
got like he said, the reason you paid whatever for Netflix
right was for no commercial.
I don't want to see a fucking commercial on my
Right.
movie, bro.
And now you want me to pay more?
Yeah.
You know that's the problem with people. If even let me tell you how real
Because
economics.
they lost money.
Even
Yeah.
if 10,000 subscribers, just that small a number, concerted, you know what? I'm going to be done with Netflix because now they want me to pay for ads. They would change. We just don't do that as Americans, bro. We're too pussy, bro, to be honest.
So
We're
I'll
too
s-
pussy.
I'll say
You
two
gonna let him
things
talk to you
though.
like that?
Yeah, I thought he was talking to.
So the first thing
Because
is
I'm his brother, so I
ads
thought he
do
was
throwing
suck. Ads do suck, but these services they do offer their own original content.
Right.
So they got to make the money
money.
to be able
Yeah.
to produce the content. And then so far, Disney Plus is showing you their own shit as commercials. I haven't seen them do outside
Yeah,
commercials,
yeah.
but it's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah,
It's-
for sure, it's gonna happen. But
Yeah.
yeah, it does suck to get the ads when you start. And it was also $7 when it started. Now the shit is up to 17. So.
Right. And
Well, you
not
get the
only
bundle.
that, if you watch any of these shows, they'll have hidden product placement. You know, having
Crazy
the business
products,
and
too.
then knowing all that they are making their.
Take
The problem is
Goliath
not
there.
that they're not made. They definitely have
been
been
feeling
cut down a
little
little, but it's
cloudy?
also greed and how money's delegated. It's a lot of. There's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
next episode.
Daredevil, I'm looking forward to that shit.
Well,
what
I mean,
else?
it's
What
just
else
a
is coming
different
out?
era right now too. Podcasts. Do you watch Joe Rogan? I'm sure, right?
Every once in a while.
Yeah. Who podcast wise? Who you tap into?
Besides us.
You know what I've been I've been listening to a lot of like Wall Street Journal.
Okay.
And like
You fuck with Earn Your Leisure, them guys? Market
I do
Mondays?
like Earn Your Leisure. I think that Earn Your Leisure is brilliant. Like they're making so much different ways to make revenue off their content and
Right.
build platforms outside of the podcast. They're doing that crew, they're doing an amazing job, bro. I love listening to them.
Yeah.
But I also like listening now to the smaller clips. Like I used to sit there sometimes on a drive or something and hear 3-hour pods.
Right.
For me, that shit is over. Like I gotta get just the like 10-minute clip, the 15-minute
Get to the
clip.
point.
Yeah, for sure.
And then like if I feel more like I want to go back in, then I'll go do it.
Right.
That's why I like those like Wall Street Journal shits like or Tech Minute or whatever, because they just give you what you want to hear.
Right.
And they out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they come every day. That's the difference.
Unless it's someone that you want to hear, like Drink Champ still have.
Or an
you know,
interesting guest.
If
It's
Ye's
just
on
that
there,
sound cliche though too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Drink Champs, we all are aware of Drink Champs, right? And I'm sure that we don't religiously like whenever we see somebody we really fuck with,
Right.
we're gonna tune in.
Yeah,
That's-
I'll
that's
watch
when
the
I tap
longer
in.
episode. Yeah,
That's
for
the
sure.
only
right?
time I tap.
I can't watch
yeah.
every
I can't
episode.
watch every episode, but if I
yeah.
see somebody, I'm like, oh shit, that looks amazing. I'm gonna tune in. The other shit is I love what Cam is doing with
Yeah,
it is what it
and
is.
it's a sports oriented.
And the other one, Talk with Flea, that joint, that shit
Him
is
and
hard.
Mace?
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's what it's called, right? It is what it
I
is,
just
yeah.
can't do 3-hour anything, honestly.
Yeah,
I
it's tough.
just cannot.
It's tough.
I just
Unless you're
can't.
gay.
gotta pick
So
and
you didn't
choose.
watch the
Yes,
Elon
yeah.
Musk on Joe Rogan, is what you're saying?
I only saw like clips of it.
You're going to have to judge you a little bit for that.
3 hours is
Nah, I
difficult
just
though, man.
can't.
It's
I can't.
I used to watch when it was back on. It was actually during the beginning of the pandemic. It was I can't remember the name, but it was Talking Sopranos. That's what it was. Where it was the dude. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Sopranos, but
What's that?
Yeah, I don't know. Some people don't watch it, believe it or not.
The Sopranos,
but two of
like
the actors,
HBO
Steve Sharippa and Michael Imperioli. They went through
yeah,
every
yeah,
episode.
yeah. Anthony.
But sometimes it was like 3.5 hours, and I love The Sopranos. Even that was a tough listen for 3.5 hours.
Right.
What are you talking about? Gabagool?
Yeah.
A little stroozy, put a little stroozy on
That's
it.
why you got to
Spaghetti.
give Joe Button podcast the props, because every episode be like 3-4 hours. That shit is tough to talk to fucking 3-4 hours and do a break, then come back, and then after that do Patreon episodes. Like,
Right.
yo,
Yeah.
those dudes are working, man.
It's a
Like,
24-hour job.
Well, yeah, I mean, when
And
you're
there's like-
dedicating
they got
your
like a whole
life
army
to
on
it,
there.
and you got the time and the resources and the finances
And that's
coming
what he
in for
does
it,
for a
yeah, I
living.
mean,
That's what he does
that
for a
would be
living.
the ideal setup for us. You know what I mean?
Isn't that
But
crazy?
we got to
in
build
that
to
era?
that.
but
Yeah.
3 hours, what I'm trying to say is like the 3-hour
Oh, that's
pod,
crazy.
and
Yeah.
to monetize it and keep
Yeah.
engagement throughout the entire pod
Right.
is got to.
That's what's amazing about Joe Rogan,
That's
bro.
tough. Yeah, Joe Rogan too.
3-hour cast, and bro, that guy's
He's been
breaking
building that
records
shit
every
for
week,
like,
bro.
what, 50, better of
Do you
15
think
Yeah,
he
but he's
goes
been
home
on
and just
for a
stays
long
quiet
time, yeah.
and he has nothing else to say for the
I would love to hang out with Joe Rogan.
right?
Seriously.
Well, you know what's funny that
Facts.
when I
Me
did
too.
see his stand up, it just didn't hit me as hard
Yeah.
as his
The last one, right?
podcast. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
He
did that
He
shit
has some
live.
funny jokes,
He did it live.
but the delivery I think is just a little.
And also, you already know him as he's funny in that context, and you know, but it wasn't bad
But
to stand up.
so he represents the shift from late night talk shows and mainstream media and news and television and cable.
And he even gives
He's
conspiracy
He's like the
theorists a
Johnny
platform
Carson
too,
of
bro.
you know what I mean, podcasting. Like if you
podcasting,
made
yeah.
it on a show, then you're
Bro,
getting
made
tons
it.
of views.
Bro,
You made
Joe
it in
Rogan
life.
Yeah,
Yeah, you made
was
it in
the
life.
main difference in the election.
Facts.
By
Huge
himself.
Yeah, I agree.
difference.
Once
he
Huge
caused
some-
difference.
yeah.
Once
it's a
she
wrap.
refused to go on,
Yeah.
She screwed herself. Yeah.
Trump had 30 million free listeners to what he's saying.
Yep.
And it just did not look good that she
That
would not go on a
call her
podcast.
daddy shit did like 1 million, 2
No,
million
but
views.
they're still doing
Nothing
that now.
compared
The
to-
Democratic Party, even now, the media hijack,
They
which
don't
is
learn.
not biased, is no longer unbiased.
Right.
They're still
And
they're
they still doing it.
relying
They
on
don't change their ways.
Yeah.
They don't.
They're relying on traditional media, which is dead.
Yeah. That
But
was
if
the
you
Our
notice
parents
right
used to
now-
go home to watch news. They would run home 6 o'clock,
Right.
6:30, 7.
I
completely
will
biased.
say this now.
Walter
that I-
Cronkite was one of the most famous
Right.
people on the planet
Iconic.
during this
Facts.
time.
Right.
Yeah.
and Barbara Walters too.
Yeah.
But I think Trump is kind of weaponizing the media in his favor now too.
No,
Yeah,
he's
like-
not doing that.
But it's
Are you
funny
saying
how
that sarcastically?
Trump?
of course, bro.
Yeah, but you
Weaponize
know
the
how he's
media?
weaponizing it
I
is
don't know. I
by
can't tell if you're being
vilifying what
sarcastic.
was
Yeah, I know.
already
It's kind of hard to see it.
Good or bad?
How-
Good
what
or
do you-
bad?
how do you
But
think
I'm
I
just
mean?
like,
I don't know
Why
if
would
he's
you say
legitimately
it then?
shocked or not.
he really
Yeah.
turned the tide. Like, and again, good or bad, but
Right.
he went from like public enemy number one. And now it's like there's so many, like it's almost he changed the narrative,
He's
and it
still
just
public
shows
enemy
you
number
how
one,
it literally, if
To
you're
who,
really
though?
paying attention, you see in
to the
real
mainstream
time
news.
Right.
the narrative being changed right in
That's
front of you.
dwindling, bro. Their
It is.
power, the mainstream media, bro. Nobody runs to watch mainstream. Do you know the
Yeah, you know how many
numbers for
ratings they
CNN
lost?
They're
viewership?
terrible.
They're terrible.
They're
Yeah, they're
trouble.
tanked.
They're trouble.
It's
Well, Rogan does way more
outrageous.
numbers than CNN
Honestly,
and MSNBC.
Yo,
Think
in
about
one day,
no
Rogan gets
overhead.
more listeners than CNN in like a month.
I know.
Radio's going the same way too. Believe it or not, most listeners it's internet based. Whether it's
Right.
podcasts, whether it's a YouTube thing, whatever it is, it's most viewership now is going to be people are choosing what they want to see. It's not there's
And
only
you
these
know-
many outlets. Yeah.
And that's why you got to give Trump props for including podcasters now. This
Right.
is
And
we
the
live in a
press-
democracy.
he was
That's
supposed
his,
to.
that's his son.
Yeah, what?
It's his
Barron.
son.
His
Oh,
Barron
I'm
put him
sure.
on
Whoever
His
it
top.
son
was.
has, I think, won him this election.
You know, one
Yeah,
thing about
yeah,
Trump,
I agree, too.
I'm neither for nor
the
against.
background.
Dean
But
got a
yo,
tattoo of
even in
Trump.
the way he talks in public now,
Why you got
even
to
the way
like
Trump
that?
talks in public, he learned a lot from his first. He's a much more positive speaker now. He has he was just all blunt first term.
Yeah, he's less blunt.
He's a little less blunt, and he's not as harsh. There was a lot more direct attacks, you know.
Well, no,
My humble opinion.
people
My
aren't
humble
buying
opinion.
all the media narratives against him.
I think even if she would have bombed the podcast,
She
should
should have
have
still
did
done it.
Yeah.
She should have done
Not
it.
doing it was worse
Her
than bombing
handlers,
it. Yeah.
her handlers didn't allow her to.
Yeah,
It's
of
not, I don't
course
think it was
not.
up to her.
I mean, bro,
she don't know
people,
shit. She
it was
just
up
a
to her.
talking head,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
People
She's
no
got
longer do
talking
research.
points. She's got a script to follow. Trump was there for 3 hours just talking off the dome.
And that was the worst part is that he was not going to allow anybody to give him questions that he had to stick to. If you were going to go on the show, you
Yeah.
had to do it his way. And that's what she didn't want to do.
Yeah.
And
Whereas
it's a-
the other dude is used to speaking freely, so he don't give a shit.
Trump
to
still.
have,
I
like-
mean, look at Zelensky thing. That's him speaking freely.
that shit was
Like,
hilarious, bro.
Bruh.
People
and
are-
let's be honest, it might not have been the right approach, but he's not wrong in
Yeah.
what he's saying.
but Zelensky
But
just
you know
got
what's crazy?
lined up, bro.
You know?
Lined them up.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
they
Yeah,
only
but
show
you know
a
what,
little,
though? Look-
a soundbite of that whole real big.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
But
when
out of
you go
context,
and you
yeah.
see what he initially
The actual
said
conversation,
before
yeah.
and
It was
like
like,
where
you're
it
gonna
was
feel
leading
the
to.
influence. That's
No,
when
no,
Trump.
but before
He
that,
did,
it's not even,
he did the heads too. Yeah.
Yo,
it's
but-
not even
look
on
at-
because he was talking about the he pretty much was saying, I need that money coming through, bro. He
Yeah.
doesn't want
They're
to
cutting
stop
all that shit
war, bro.
off.
He doesn't want because then first of all he's not gonna be reelected. Once they bring because right now it's martial law over there.
Yeah, I know.
So there's no
There's
gonna
no
be,
elections.
There's
He
no
could be the
elections.
next president
Right.
forever.
As long as he keeps the war
Well,
going.
but and look, this is a perfect example of how much influence the mainstream media has lost, right? They did all of this, right? But guess what? Zelensky already apologized today. The EU was like, yo, you need to apologize. They don't have shit. We're the
They don't
ones
have the
providing
resources.
everything.
Yeah.
How much Trump
They-
pays you?
And
Nah,
no, but it's
What are you,
just
some
being
kind of
objective
shill?
and logical. And but the EU itself said because
UK,
they at
yeah.
first they were like, oh, they don't have anything.
They were gonna
we're
send
the
$2
ones
billion.
providing
He
everything.
probably wasted
Yeah.
that shit in a weekend.
But the crazy shit is Trump went to him and was like, we want you to sign this mineral deal. So we're going to take 50% of all the natural resources from Ukraine in perpetuity, forever, to pay us back for
Yeah.
giving you all this
Right,
support.
right.
Like, you want our help?
Right.
We want half of all your shit forever.
Right.
So Zelensky at first was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I look crazy to my people. But then when Trump started talking crazy on Twitter, he was like, fuck it. I'm going to sign it. He comes to the White House thinking like, oh, I'm going to sign this.
Wow.
We good.
Right.
They were like, so get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. Where's my money? Like, that's
Oh,
crazy.
and also they
And
were
dude's
like,
sitting
yo,
there like, oh shit,
Well-
like I signed the deal. He's like, nah, fuck that deal.
And did you see
Like,
what they're doing now?
yo.
The following day, all these videos pop up of Zelensky fucking
Yeah,
doing the running
and
man
fucking
in a
titties and shit.
leotard.
Yo, the
see all
internet
that?
is undefeated, bro. I've seen
Undefeated.
so many memes.
How much of
that
that
are
is real? So
hilarious.
is that
no,
literally-
that's real, bro.
All of them?
Bro, he
Like-
was an actor. He was not
Nah,
even
bro,
a
that looks
politician.
He was-
shady.
he was-
Did
he
you
was-
see
he
something?
was
He was part of
celebrity,
some
yeah.
kind
He
of
was a
dancing
celebrity
group.
in
Yeah.
Ukraine,
Yeah.
bro.
He was.
Doesn't that
Yeah.
show you like how much of this
He's
shit
a
is
puppet,
all
bro.
a fucking act? Bro?
But they're all puppets, bro. Kamala has like 10 years government experience.
From, like, the
Yeah.
past? This is where we at right now, bro.
The niggas who made South Park.
I think one thing Elon Musk said right in that latest episode, he said that the media's narrative is they are a threat to democracy, right? Trump, Elon
Right,
Musk,
right.
people like that. He just changed that word to threat to bureaucracy.
Right.
Bureaucracy.
You don't know how to say
Right.
that word.
I know.
We're gonna have to edit all this shit out.
Say-
We're all getting
say-
fired. None of us is getting fucking
say that word for me.
love from the administration.
Bureaucracy.
And it's true. They're a threat to the bureaucracy, and that's why they're getting targeted now. And
They also pointed
You know
out
what I mean?
something in that interview that it was like, how can it be not illegal but not mandatory to show your ID to vote in
Right.
the states where it's needed
it's
most?
ridiculous. It's crazy. The
It's
craziest
just-
shit
How
ever.
is it like even if you're willing? Hey, no, it's my ID. No,
Right.
You're
Yeah,
arrested.
they
No,
stop
but
you
listen,
from
we live in
showing
an
it.
age, we
can't-
got the technology.
can't
You
show
don't
us your
even need to
ID.
do that.
That's
Every
wild.
phone number has an ID. Like, even if every phone voted once, right? It
They
would
still
be
find a way to
much more
fucking-
trackable than...
They'll find a
Yo,
way.
I don't even got to show.
But I hear you. I'm with you.
we
All
went
I'm
through
saying
should be
is
better
with
by now.
AI and with other, there's a way that we should be able to be a lot more technologically savvy and at the same time, guard everyone's vote. Like, there are ways. They just don't want to do it. You know what I mean? They don't. Come on.
But because you open up a can
mailing
of
in your
worms,
vote.
though. Because
It's
then if
mad
you
old
could
school.
do that with voting, then I should be able to do that with anything.
Right.
With
That's
tax
what it
money
is.
that I put in with anything, I should be able to have a say digitally if you can now put it in my hands.
But we
They'll
going
never,
there.
They'll never
We're going there.
But that's what they're trying to do, bro. They're trying to eliminate cash. Like, come on, we
Do
all
y'all
know
think
this.
Cashless. I'll be honest with you. I only had cash in my pocket today, or the pure coincidence.
I haven't had
Like
cash
I
in my
never
pocket.
fucking carry
Yeah, same
cash.
here.
That
What do you
that
use,
changed.
I
Get rid
gotta
of the
be
paper money
I'm
shit.
the
is-
opposite
They've
still.
been
Use the mark
changed
of the
that.
beast to chip or
I have one implanted in the
He's
back
got
of
his
my neck.
Amazon
you got
wrist
severed?
chip.
Yeah, I just think
He's got
that
his
shit just-
Amazon
I just
wrist
seen it on
chip.
UFOs.
Yeah.
Bro, he was recording
Bro,
them.
I had
I
from
know,
his
this is
crib.
like-
bro, now you got me excited. See, look, now I'm getting
I was tapped in, bro. I be tapped into you. I'm like, oh,
son in my backyard.
Diddy.
Right? It was crazy. In my backyard, it faces the Hudson River. Like probably like 2 or 3 miles away is the Hudson River, right? Like where the top is, you can see that shit. And one night, my kid comes running downstairs. He's like, "Yo, Dad, there's drones outside." And I was like, and we had seen it on Jersey, right, or whatever. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Let's go upstairs. We go upstairs. And no fucking lie, there was like a formation of fucking drones
Yeah.
right there. And it wasn't even far away,
Right.
bro. Like, it was probably like, it was way lower than an airplane. Like, you could see them shits. Them shits was like the size of fucking Escalades, nigga. them shits was big.
Yeah.
And it was for weeks. They kept flying over. They got to the point, my son put a camera in the window and left it on time lapse. And every night he would just
You were
hit that
showing
shit.
the footage off your camera.
yeah.
To prove that it wasn't like no bullshit
Yeah.
CGI or nothing.
Bro, that shit was insane.
So-
and then they just like, oh, they're
They
done.
just vanished.
So
But they
this
admit
is,
it.
This is Ark's favorite topic, right? So we've talked
Love
about
it.
this on a few episodes.
Let's go.
And in every episode, I will be like, yo, I haven't seen it. Because I haven't seen it, right? I'm starting to see them shits in Jersey now. And I didn't see them
drones?
personally, but wifey started pointing them out. She's like, yo, why is that there? And it's a little too close for comfort, bro. It's not like... I sometimes I see lights. I'm like, whatever. That looks like a plane, but nah. I can see that these are drones, and I can even see.
So they're still around. They're still hanging around.
They're still around, and I have no idea why. And like, I'm not one to feel uneasy, but seeing them as frequently as I'm seeing them now, I'm starting to feel a
it does
little
fuck you
It's
up,
uneasy.
yeah.
military.
It
You
has
guys
to be.
ever
It has
see
to be.
Red
It
Dawn?
has to be.
The new
It
Red
has to
Dawn with
be.
what's that dude from Thor?
That's his brother.
In Red Dawn?
Oh, is that him? Chris
that was him.
Hemsworth?
Yeah, that was him.
Oh,
Red
okay.
Dawn. You ever saw Red Dawn?
The new
Where,
one.
like,
That's a remake of the
Yeah,
original
the new one. The new
The old
one.
one was
know.
with Sean Connery, right?
I think so.
Something like that.
But that's
Oh,
like
you're
the
talking
old
about
one.
Hunt for Red
Red
October.
October, yeah, that's
Yeah.
that shit.
Nah, son, these, I forgot where. Was it Jersey? Where does it take place? Or one of those towns where, like
Pennsylvania or
suburbs.
some shit.
Yeah, Pennsylvania, and just mad Koreans, bro. Just World War, bro. They locked the whole
So
city
you trying
down.
to say we getting invaded?
So wait,
That's
what are you
what I'm
saying?
saying.
You're saying there was a Korean army?
Yeah. It was war. Was it
In
Koreans
Jersey?
or Russia? No, in the movie. so I'm saying.
Not in the movie.
You talking
was
about
like,
Red
yo,
Dawn?
wait,
yeah,
what?
you talking
Because you're
about
saying
Red
they're the
Dawn.
size
Does the
of,
government know about this, nigga?
they're the
already
size
here.
of like cars, right? Vehicles. So I'm like, no, do you think they're planning? You know,
That's the
I don't
only
know.
shit though, is that airspace is monitored. So if there's something going on, it's being allowed to
There's
go
a
on.
lot going on. Then you got the planes.
Yeah.
The shit with the planes
All
is
these
too
planes, bro,
coincidental.
it's crazy.
But you
with
know,
all these
I
planes.
was looking at that plane shit, and if you look at the numbers, I think year over year, it hasn't changed.
Yeah, it's
the
just being brought to light.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're saying
That's a
that
good
it's
point.
publicly being
okay.
putting in the media
That's sensationalized.
It's just
So-
another thing to blame
Okay.
Trump for.
Fearmonger.
to blame Trump for firing FAA
Even though-
people, but it has nothing to do with
Right.
that.
Even though every major aeronautics entity has said it has no bearing,
Bars,
Mad
big
big
words.
words.
no
Mad big
bearing
Bro, that was a
on
7-syllable
anything.
word.
What happens?
Yo,
That was an
How the
Eminem
fuck?
bar.
give me a pound because you're
Aeronautics,
a
apatogotics.
Yo, what the fuck? Say that again.
Huh?
aeronautic entities. You know
Yo,
what I'm
you like
saying?
that? That's my
in
new
your-
album
That's
right
in your
there.
single.
You inspired theme with
Aeronautic
that one, yeah.
entities.
Do you guys
Now-
want to any final thoughts before we wrap up?
We need a part 2 of
Man,
I
this.
thought we were just starting. I'm about to say we should
No,
just
no.
we should get
What-
started.
How long
Well,
we got
if we
going?
edit everything we wanted to edit, we're about 15 minutes in. But without editing it, we got like an hour. We got like an hour and a half already. Hour
Well, it
40.
depends how crazy
Ah, we
you're gonna
could-
edit. Maybe
no,
just
no,
don't
no,
mention
no, no.
certain
we could
things,
do also.
but keep the
We
stories.
could send the full version around and really go back and see what could be edited and what. Okay.
We could
Y'all
also do
motherfuckers gonna
part
give me
2.
timestamps.
yeah.
Well, we also didn't talk. There's certain shit we didn't talk
Yeah,
about.
fuck it. Let's
bro.
go. Let's keep it
Like,
going.
We can
We'll-
just
we'll
cut
fu-
it out and stitch it
We'll
together.
call this
bro.
episode Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Straight up.
Also, we can have part 2 and 3.
Word.
Facts.
Another-
Facts.
We bring Vex up here.
Yo, Vex would.
Yeah, we can't bring. We need 10-second time lapse.
Yo, you ever? This is a question for y'all. When y'all was in y'all vibe and y'all was going, like y'all was doing shit, right? You never brung somebody with you that was like a friend and they fuck up a meeting or they fuck up a first impression of a situation,
times,
like a business
unfortunately.
situation.
Not many, but definitely a
Because
handful.
of their personality or
Bro.
because of like alcohol or something?
You don't remember? You brought me to dinner. Remember they were starting to do World Star Latino?
Latino, yeah.
And then that crazy white girl who I had in my ex's best friend just
Don't be
happened to
racist.
be at the spot we were at.
Oh, yeah, there
We
was
were
some kind of argument.
And she was kind of like
Yeah.
wilding a little, and it made me look. And I'm like, I don't even never see this person, but she
brought
was
them
so
along.
drunk, and because she knew me, she was
Yeah.
just being. And I had to kind of tell her a couple of times.
That's what happened. Do you remember
That was
Chucky?
one time.
I'm not gonna say her real name, but we used to call her Chucky back in the days.
Oh,
We had a show at the
wait.
Rumba, at the La Rumba. And Funkmaster Flex was there too. Remember? And
Chucky was-
she wilded out. She
Trying to
almost got
remember
it.
who's Chucky.
Yo, you know what happened to her?
You know
She,
who Chucky is.
She got hit by a car or something for some
God bless
argument
her.
for a parking spot years ago. And she
got Suge Knight.
Lord willing, she's okay now, but
Oh man, salute Chucky,
it really
man.
hampered
Hope you're
her
okay.
for a minute.
Yo.
Shout out
Sorry,
to that
Chucky.
Rain, right? Rain.
Yeah, she was wilding out. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, what the fuck? What are we gonna do? And
What
you know,
gonna do
we
when
were
they
there. and We
coming
had to
for
stand behind
you,
her. She had a
bad
fucking T
boys?
Weapons.
So wait,
t-shirt.
what happened though? What did she end up
She
doing?
started beefing with some guys.
That's
Oh,
always
what
how
up?
it starts.
She was just always like, because she was short, chip on the shoulder all
Super
the
loud.
time.
I
You
remember
know
her.
her. You
I
remember
remember her. I
her.
remember
Loud
her.
Barking
mouth.
all the time,
Yeah.
and then
I don't remember her.
she just wilded out on
Disrespectful.
somebody, like, oh, some fuck you, and, you know, all of this crazy shit. And then again, she was repping. She had our T-shirt, so it was like,
Gang.
yo, she's with y'all, and we're like, yeah, I guess.
Yo, but she got your T-shirt on, though.
But yo, we were. No,
Yo, she
what
just
went in
bought
our
it.
favor was we was just mad deep that day.
Where?
We were crazy deep that day, and that's why it kind of just settled, it dissolved right there, and then escalate.
Yeah.
But we did, stand behind us, like, yo, just get over here, bro. We threw a Pikachu, get in the ball real quick. She's definitely Pikachu, bro. She was a Pokemon.
Oh
Wow.
shit!
There were
bro.
a few like
Yeah,
that. man.
honestly, we would need episodes because there's so many. There's like way too many stories, bro. This is like not even the tip of the iceberg, bro.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yo,
I feel like we didn't even really start recording yet. To be honest, I'm like, all right, when we
That's what happens when you have
Yo,
a
and
fun.
it's been what, an
How
hour and a
about
half?
Enoch? How about
Yeah.
Enoch?
But bro,
Anytime
we
you
gotta
bring
add some
Enoch
shit
over-
out of that theme. We went all one little crazy with politics. I mean, I
You
don't know how
went
y'all feel about that.
Yeah.
But
We
you know,
don't like to get too crazy with
I got
politics.
certain
but, you know.
relationships I need to
Yeah.
maintain. I mean,
No, I agree. Politically correct. We
don't
get
want
a
to
little
offend my
crazy,
political connects.
but I know.
Yo, but that's gonna change sooner than you think, bro. Like within the next year, they're gonna have no choice because this grip is dying, bro, in every way. Hollywood is feeling the effect.
Yeah.
Like we all know this, you know this.
Yeah.
The
There's
money,
still
it
so
really
much-
comes down to money. And when these things stop making money, they have to change because if they don't, they're gonna go out of business.
Yep.
But-
It's all about the money.
Can we talk for a second there? I might have an
Captain
interesting.
America?
I might have an interesting
Okay.
rabbit hole for us, right, to go down. So, I work in the tech industry now, right?
Right.
So I hear a lot of like
Tech Nines?
the perspective. No, not Tech Nines, bro. Technology, bro. I'm a clean,
I'm fucking with you.
law-abiding citizen, man.
Word.
And if you really think about where everything is going, everybody's trying to reach maximum efficiency in everything they do, right? Like, do I need to hire 5 people, or can it really just be one person and a bot? Do I need to have, this factory full of people, or can I have this factory full of robots
And one
have
person?
1 or 2 people?
Yeah.
And now I don't even have to have lights on or air conditioning in the factory because it's
Right.
all robots. So now I'm even saving money on just my everyday cost of operations. But you get to a point of so much efficiency that now you have all these people that can't work. So you have an entire society, you're probably talking millions of people that are going to be displaced, right? In the probably however many, 20, 30 years, right?
Mm-hmm. What's happening now?
So now, but at a catastrophic scale, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's still jobs that'll be good for the next 10, 15 years. But after that, everybody starts getting in murky water because then you got the emergence of robots. You got the emergence of drones like at another level, AI, generative AI. All that other shit comes into play. So you reach a point where none of us needs to do a job anymore. We can't do a job because there is no more jobs really for us to do.
That's scary.
So what do you do now, right? So you literally have to take all those extra profits that you make and go towards universal basic income.
Yeah, I think Musk was actually talking about that.
Otherwise, you lose consumers and nobody's buying anything.
Wait,
Exactly. And not even that, you need to take the whole concept of welfare and now give it to everybody.
So the Andrew Yang shit?
Which
Yeah,
is
kinda,
socialism.
kinda.
So for everybody, the
Don't you
socialism
see
scares.
That
That's
going
murky
into
waters,
those
though.
dystopian societies
It is
where
murky waters.
you see those movies where everybody's dressed in a white catsuit and going to that same job and listening to the same music and has the same haircut and they can't free think. That's where ultimately that kind of
That sounds like the Lego movie.
You seen
right
the
there.
movie Surrogates?
Everything is
movie,
awesome.
yeah.
They don't even
That's
go.
exactly
They
like
don't
that.
even go though.
Yeah.
They're on VR and they're just fucking
So, but think about that, right? The humans reach maximum efficiency and productivity, so they create the robots. Now the robots are doing it, but then generative AI, for it to keep going and for it to keep doing shit, because it's not going to want to stop either, it needs power, right? And not like the Matrix, like niggas going to turn us into batteries.
I was about to say
But
that.
when you start thinking about like really what's happening in the economy right now is nuclear. Right, so all these nuclear power companies, all these liquefied natural gas companies are all killing in the stock market the last 2 years because eventually the AI consciousness needs to power itself.
Right. Through
That's why
nuclear energy.
Yo, China has an artificial sun right
Yeah.
now. That's what they're looking into because you need
Yeah,
to
it's
power
crazy.
all of these quantum.
So are we doing
Computers
that?
and all
Are
that?
we like the zombie ants working for AI and don't even know it? Like is AI this consciousness
Well,
that's
it's also
waiting for us
there's
to
gonna
build
have to be a shift in social construct to one where we're doing what we love and passion for it. And that may not be a bad thing, right? Because what if you wanted to be a painter or your whole life? And what if in the future, 10, 20, 30 years, all you can be now you can be a painter.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is
And now
that
you can be whatever you already want. Your soul's calling.
but there's like so much AI right now that paints amazing without even thinking. That, I feel like any upcoming artist, right? Up and coming artists who still, perfecting their pen or their brush or whatnot. It makes them a little inadequate because who are they going to compete with?
It's discouraging.
Because it's like, damn, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
so
but the one thing with AI, bro, don't
tricky.
got soul, bro.
I was gonna say
It doesn't.
it has
I
no
get that.
I've
soul
seen
in
really
it.
good stuff, but I've never seen any. My humble opinion. I haven't seen anything
It'll be
like
you.
wow
What we'll
from
do,
AI.
it'll
because
be unique.
It's a cap.
But
Sumo,
AI
Sumo
is
makes some fly shit.
no, it's really great. It's good, but it's not next level. I still think you need a human to do
Yeah.
next
Do
level
you think
stuff.
we're in a simulation then?
Shit.
I don't know, bro. Like I ain't smoke enough weed to get there.
Yo, because I was seeing this post, right? And there's this lady who has like an ongoing conversation with AI, and that was a soundbite that it was like, yes,
We
this
could
is
be though.
100%. Two things. There's like the only way we can create AI is because we're living in AI. That's like, so I was, that's
It's
kind of.
that it is a little bit of a feedback loop if you're thinking about
Right.
it. Like if you think about like what humans have done is create another consciousness. It's just in its early infancy of like a life form. But I'm telling you, the shit that these computers are fucking gonna be doing, these AIs is.
I think it's gonna multiply once they start developing more quantum computers, and for that you need.
That's when it
the
falls
nuclear
apart. That's
power.
when
That's when it gets to the where we can't control it.
That's
Not
when it gets
even-
like
but not even
visions, a
that.
bunch of visions.
Not even-
of,
not
well,
even that, bro.
But so
Ultron
Elon
and
Musk was
shit.
just talking about that with Rogan, right? So he asked him. He said because he's developing the Grok AI.
Which is great.
To compete with the open AI that's become privatized now and everything like that. So he's trying to model it because they had asked the open AI a question, what's worse, a nuclear war to end the world or misgendering Caitlyn Jenner as a man? And the thing answered, misgendering Caitlyn Jenner is worse than nuclear fucking Holocaust.
Because it hallucinates, and it's all
So-
based on how they build up the you know what I'm saying, how they train the
it's
model.
still programming.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah.
still
No, but
programming.
isn't
programming
it?
itself.
It's much more similar than you think, right? So we pretty much are living AI in the sense that we, for the most part, Western society goes against biology in many ways, right? This is what we're just talking biology, right? Just like biological facts, right? You either have male genitalia or female,
genitalia.
or 3% in the world have both, right?
A pee and a pussy.
Right.
Right.
And so,
That's what
like,
Mr. Rogers said.
if it's not wrong in the sense that if you are not calling yourself what you are,
Where you were born as that is.
then aren't you already kind of dying and dead?
On like a
Write it down.
mental level, yeah. So we could just.
So yeah, we gotta wrap it up, man.
gonna wrap this up.
We'll do this again, guys. It's been
Definitely
super fun.
This is part A, or 1A.
Yeah.
Next time, hopefully, it'll be your spot, and then
Yeah.
part 2 and 3. But Latin is love y'all,
Appreciate
bro.
it, my
Thank
brother.
you,
Yeah,
guys.
word. It was
Islam.
fun chopping it up. Thank y'all for coming
Thank
through.
you, guys. Good show.
Yeah, we see y'all next.
Out
Thank
to
you
the people.
Yo, shout out again to the high end, Astoria, Yanit. I'm saying space 420 friendly, dope vibe, bar, whatever, bar mitzvahs, anything come through. I mean, and we are out.
Peace.
Peace.
Follow us on all fucking, you know what to do.
Tell
All
your mother to
platforms.
follow us.
Follow me on AI, yo.
Tell your mother.
Peace.
Old school, new school, need to learn though.